Massive NBA news this morning from Shams. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. What? It's a 2-year deal worth $8 million. Philly was a rumored option, but the Miami Heat were the betting favorites to land LeBron. And after them, it was still Cleveland before it was Philly. Instead, LeBron James is going to the 76ers. He said of his decision, "I believe I can help make Philadelphia a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time." The Mariners open a pivotal series against the Rangers on the road tonight. First pitch at 5:05 p.m. Bryce Miller gets the start opposite Mackenzie Gore.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
The Mariners made a big move as they prepare for a big series. That's where we're starting today's show. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Bump.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. You look very tiger today.
I am tired. I'm exhausted.
You got in your match the CW orange with the Tiger Woods cap.
Yeah.
I see it. I see the vision.
You see it?
Happy Friday, Matt. Happy Friday, Curtis. You guys excited for a beautiful weekend?
Oh, sure.
I'm not feeling the energy here. I'm not feeling the energy
Look, the
at
Mariners, I mean,
all. Well, look.
they're firing people.
Look.
That's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. There's a not-so-fun Mariners story, and then there's a really big Mariners series. We're going to cover both, so here we go. Two big stories from the for the weekend, excuse me. So the first is not fun at all. The Mariners yesterday fired assistant hitting coach Bobby Magallanes. He was hired alongside Kevin Seitzer, who's the main hitting coach ahead of last season. Both had previously been with the Atlanta Braves. This is what Adam Jude told Wyman and Bob shortly after the firing.
Whether it's trying to send a message to the rest of the hitters, whether it is trying to maybe pivot slightly on some of the teaching points or some of the scouting or whatever it might be, somebody had to fall on the sword, I guess, and the front office obviously decided that Bobby Magallanes was going to be the move, whether this is a precursor to something bigger in terms of a trade, as a deal at the trade deadline coming up, or moving and shifting around the batting lineup. I think we'll have to wait and see here until they take the field tomorrow and we're around the team again. But this may be the first of several moves here over the next 10 days or so.
TBD what those other moves will be. What does the move mean to the clubhouse? One more from Adam here.
I don't think it'd be a popular move inside the clubhouse. Again, I hadn't heard of any particular incidents, and everything the guys I've talked to over the last year and a half working with Bobby Magallanes is that he's well-liked and well-respected guy. So, yeah, to your point, I think when players aren't performing up to their expectations, they're going to feel responsible. Well, obviously, Bobby wasn't the guy stepping in the batter's box and trying to hit.
So probably not going to go over well in the clubhouse. I don't know if it'll be quite like a Kendall Graveman thing where it was more like, hey, we just performed and we did something cool and you traded a guy. This is more of like oh my God, the vibes are horrendous because we're underperforming and it's costing people their jobs. Bump, when you heard this news, what was your first reaction? I mean, why fire Magallanes? He's the assistant hitting coach.
That's what I said. I'm like, if you're going to – I never call for anyone's job. Let me start by saying that. I ain't calling for no one's job. But if there's an issue with the bats, then wouldn't you address the guy who's in charge of the teaching? It's like firing the assistant is almost like, we got to do something, and we got to send a message, but we're not going to let the top guys go. We're going to have to sacrifice one of the assistant coaches. I saw the firing, and that's exactly what I thought. Something had to be done. A message had to be sent, so he was a sacrifice.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing, where it's really, really unfortunate. It's not fair. Bobby Magallanes is not the reason, I wouldn't think, that this team is 30th in average, 29th in slugging percentage. By the way, in home runs over the last month are 26. That's not Bobby. That's your biggest bats either not being here. Cal missed a month, Julio missed time, or not performing in terms of Cal being not even a semblance of what he was last year, and Naylor underperforming, and Julio not quite turning it on yet. Like, it's been weird. Your players are not executing. Now, here's my question. When a lot of players are not executing, the hitting staff, I don't think, is why Cal is dealing with what he is. But when you have a lot of guys underperforming, you know what I mean? Cal's not the only reason. Cal is the big kind of cause here as to why, like, slugging percentage is so low. But when you have a lot of guys underperforming, and when you have mental mistakes on the field and when you have sloppy play defensively, I think it is perfectly fair to look at the coaching staff and perfectly fair to look at a culture or perfectly fair to look at a philosophy or team building or roster construction or a front office or whatever it is. When it's a lot of people struggling, it's perfectly fair to go, what's the big picture issue here? And we know that it's fair because we've had this conversation before with other coaching staffs when it comes to the Mariners. Magallanes and Kevin Seitzer have only been here since this past year. Previously, we were all wondering, like, what's up with the coaching staff? What's up with this? And it was an entirely different staff. So it's fair to look at a big picture thing, but I'm with you. It feels more like sending a message than it does solving a problem.
Yeah, I think it is sending a message. I think that it makes everybody perk up a little bit. And if it doesn't go over well in the clubhouse, all right, so do something about it. All right, y'all got him fired. You're not hitting the ball.
You know what? You're not wrong.
When it comes down to it, it's execution. You can't go out there and hit the ball for these guys, but sometimes you need to shake the room up a little bit. And you know what? If you shake the room up, and as a leader, you have to make these tough decisions. And I think that's what people don't understand, too, sometimes is, what if Jerry did absolutely nothing and Justin did absolutely nothing and just said, all right, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat? Why should you expect different type of results? So they might not like it. I don't know much about the coach. I don't know his personality or whatnot. It sounds like he was liked and beloved or whatnot. But listen, man, you gotta shake him up. So I'm not okay with the man losing his job, but I'm okay with that situation.
I'm not okay with the man losing his job, but I'm with you. I see why someone would think like, well, let's see if this worked. You're not gonna bench Cal. You're not gonna get rid of your manager and your hitting coach and upend all of this when you're fighting for first place. Like, you can't really deal with the instability of completely unloading things in nearly August. You know, it'd be one thing if you're a month into the season and you're like, okay, hey, maybe we need to change a direction here. But, like, it's a little too late for that. But you're right. Like, if you're a player today and you're waking up going, wow, I feel betrayed by this. This feels horrible. I feel horrible for Bobby. He didn't deserve this. Well, work harder.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean swing harder. I mean, it's really tough to just go out there, play baseball harder, but be sharper, be more serious. Yeah. I mean, don't make the same mistakes. I don't know where that change needs to come from, but, like, this isn't happening if there's not an execution issue as well.
Yeah, things just need to be tightened up. This isn't a very tight ball club right now. They're having their struggles. And I wonder what the conversations are like in the clubhouse or within the coaches, too. That's something, a dynamic that we don't know as well. Obviously, we don't know a lot about Bobby, but what was his relationship with the coaches? You know, maybe he didn't believe in a thing or two that they were teaching. Who knows? Who really knows what the ins and outs are? End of the day, I think that these are some of the things you have to do if you want to change the direction of your team and where you're going. So it's unfortunate for him. Yeah. But something needs to be done.
I agree. And I think that one thing I'll settle on before we move on to this series preview is that I don't think there's a single person in or outside of this organization that thinks that Bobby was, like, the problem.
Nah.
He's losing his job in a really unfair way and doesn't deserve that because there are bigger problems. And I don't think the team is sure how to solve those quite yet. So this is like a, hey, there are consequences to not working kind of thing. It's really unfair. It is. Deeply for Bobby, who did nothing wrong. But, like, just before I get a text about, like, what's this going to solve? I don't think the team thinks it'll solve anything.
No.
I think that they hope it's some kind of impetus to work harder, take it more seriously, make changes, do whatever. Well, the Mariners are going to need to start those changes tonight. They open a 4-game series on the road in Arlington against the Rangers, and they need that change now more than ever because this is for first place in the AL West. The Mariners are 30th in average, 29th in slugging percentage, 26th in home runs over the last month. That's not good. The Rangers, also not a great club. Now, they're 12th in average and 15th in slugging percentage, so they fare better than you, but you are by no means fighting a team that you can't beat. In fact, the Mariners are actually favored in this one.
Now, this is I like this matchup. This is big, right? This is head-to-head, a division opponent, and you can gain a game or two in this whole situation. So, no, I'm looking forward to this one because I want to see how these guys respond, right? Coach just got fired. You're going head-to-head. You have a chance to move ahead in the division. Like, do you have that grit in you, right? Do you have that clutch? Can you step up to the plate and get it done? You got Bryce on the mound today. That's a great start. So no, I'm looking forward to this. I think we will learn a lot about this ball club after this series.
I absolutely agree. And I don't think that things are going to be right. I don't expect Cal to hit 5 home runs in this series. I do want to see things that can be changed. So you actually, speaking of Cal, heard him talk about this, I believe, on Monday after he hit that grand slam, in terms of just the energy shift within the club, wanting to see them do the little things, have more energy, not make as many mistakes. That's what I'm watching for.
Yeah.
You're 30th in average and 29th in slugging. You're not going to turn that around in 4 games. Can you play sharper? Can you be on top of it? Can you not make mental mistakes? Can you stay in it through all 9 innings? That's what I'm watching for.
See, the way I look at this team, too, I no longer look at the season averages with them. I look at, like, the 7-day, 15-day. Because that gives you more of an idea of who they are right now. We know throughout the regular season they've been struggling, right? Getting on base, runners in score position, all that good stuff. So now I'm taking it, all right, second half of the season with 60-something games left, if that. I'm starting to look at this team week by week, series by series, and see if they can improve there. Because if not, you will be depressed. You will look at those stats and be like, oh, my God, my team is bad at this and bad at that. Let's see if they can turn that corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the 7-day, 15-day stats.
Well, and again, I'm seeing some people, the Mariners suck. Let me just be honest about something. The Mariners probably exceeded expectations last year, and because of that, the bar was probably higher than it should have been entering the season. They also are underperforming to the talent level that they have. And the talent level that they have was not older players in danger of falling off, but players that were veteran enough to have proven things over several years in the league. We've seen many years from Cal. We've seen many years from Julio. We've seen many years from Naylor. We've seen many years from this pitching staff. By the way, the pitchers are not the reason you are where you are. But, there is enough evidence that this team should be much better than they are, and they're not. However, it is July 24th. This is for first place in the AL West. You may not like it. You're not happy with this American League West and how pathetic it probably looks, and you're not happy that this team doesn't have a 10-game lead in the West right now. This series over the weekend that starts tonight is for first place. This matters. This is not just kind of like a season's over, let's talk about how grateful we are to have baseball before it's over. There's still important baseball to be played. So you can be mad. I'm mad. But this is an important series.
Yeah, this is you can never replicate the playoffs, right? It's just like in practice, like in football practice, you can never really simulate a football game. But this is as close as you're going to get to like a playoff type of feel. At least that's how I want them to approach this, right? I want them to feel that pressure. I want them to have that urgency because this is where teams get better and try to separate themselves. We were saying a few days ago, right, who's going to separate themselves in this division, in this league? I mean, this is an opportunity to do it. So I wonder what the message is. I want Dan to put some pressure on these guys. Like, look, guys, big series. We need this. Forget this. A lot of baseball left. We can just one game at a time.
Not.
It's no. Let's go. We got a division opponent. They got a game or half a game on us. We got to go get this one, boys.
Curtis, what do you want to see this weekend?
I want to see at least 2 wins. You cannot head into Monday having only taken one of the first 3 or none of the first 3. That would be pretty devastating. Take at least 2. Set yourself up for a series win on Monday. That would be the best possible thing, I think, for this team.
Absolutely agree. It's inexcusable, certainly, to be swept, but also it feels inexcusable to lose this one. And by the way, I know the Rangers are in first place. I don't think that Rangers fans are feeling great about where their team is. There's this unique thing that happens where unless you're the Dodgers or maybe the Brewers right now, just a team that's kind of really pulled away in a clear way, every single fan base of like the vast majority of teams around the league are currently complaining about how their team sucks right now and how their team's not meeting expectations. Mm-hmm. I mentioned the Mariners being 29th in slugging percentage. You know who's 28th with pretty much the same slugging percentage? Toronto. They have a top 5 payroll. They did a lot in the offseason to try to be aggressive and get back to a World Series. Vlad hasn't showed up. A bunch of other people haven't either, and they're deeply disappointed. And in all honesty, they're in a division that's much tougher, and they're going to be sellers. This isn't me saying, hey, look over there, be grateful for where we are. That's not what I'm saying. What this is saying is that it is possible to be simultaneously disappointed, underwhelmed, and angry, and also very much in this because your team is in this. And that's what I'm telling you about the Mariners this weekend. This is a huge 4-game series.
You got to live in this reality. This is the reality of the situation. Teams aren't good. Mariners ain't playing good baseball right now, but they still have an opportunity to get in first place, and this is a big series. So let's go. Be clutch. I need some moments. I need another moment from Cal.
Moments, yeah.
I need another moment. I need a moment from Josh, and Bryce is going to set the tone on the mound. I'm actually feeling really good about this series. I feel good about this.
Why do you feel good about the series?
I feel it's like I want to see them step up to the plate and have that moment, right? I want that for them. It's like whenever my kids do something, I know it's going to be hard. I go, all right, let me watch. I just want to see how you approach this. So I'm more excited just to see if they're capable of just being clutch and winning the series.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I'm excited for the series just because it means something. It's important baseball. I really like Seattle's pitching, and I know that they haven't fared as well as a club on the road, nor have their pitchers fared as well, but I'm still feeling pretty good about this one, too. Bryce Miller tonight against Mackenzie Gore. And, yeah, I mean, we'll see. This is your chance to respond, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like sometimes you want to, like, you ever want to like have that feeling of wanting to like take over someone's body and do something for them? That's how I feel about the Mariners, how I feel about Dan Wilson, how I feel about this entire club is you wish that you could take over their body. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know, understand, or play baseball the way that they do. Let's be so for real. But there's kind of like I wish I could just kind of shake, like the guys at the top here and be like, hey, this club has never touched a World Series, and you're the only one still. I don't know if I don't know if everyone's aware of this. I know you talk about it all the time, but like, do something.
Remember, I told you I have like when I coached, I had maybe 5 or 6 good speeches in me, right, to get these guys going. This is one of those days. If I was coaching this team, today would be one of those days where you get that any given Sunday varsity blues type of speech to get these guys going.
We are going to continue this series preview coming up at 10:30 with Evan Grant, who covers the Rangers for Dallas Morning News. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrite.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Big news in the NBA this morning. LeBron James will be signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. What's the real headline?
One thing we do know is Philly fans will handle this well if it backfires. So that's a good fan base to go in front of, I think.
They got a squad, though, man. You got Tyrese Maxey, you got Edgecombe over there, Paul George, Joel Embiid, you throw in LeBron. They got to be considered one of the favorites in the East now, definitely to win the championship. And I'm surprised LeBron went to Philly. I thought he was going to go back home. I thought he should have went back home, but it's obviously not about the money. 2 years, $8 million. He's just trying to win ball games now, and he's got a chance over there. So, LeBron, thank you for 8 years with the Lakers. I'm glad you're gone, though, so I can cheer for my team the way I want to. I think he has a shot over there with Philly, though.
I'll read you LeBron's statement, what you posted to Twitter. Stop me when you think he's lying. I thought I was done when the season ended. Yeah, LeBron, you didn't think you were done. He said, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide. Cap. But I was pretty sure I played my last game. Also, cap. I was honest at the last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game. I still truly love this game. I still have more to give. There's more there, but he talks about feeling like he can bring the 76ers a championship team and be part of a championship team. Tell me about the club he's joining, and if you were LeBron, why would it make sense to not go to Miami, Cleveland, or, by the way, Golden State, all of which were favorites, betting favorites, over Philly?
I don't know, man. I think there's talent on this roster. I think Maxey, if you don't know who Tyrese Maxey is, go and look him up. I think he's the top, 15 player in the game right now. There's young talent over there as well with VJ Edgecombe, I think. And then he has some chemistry with Joel Embiid playing on in the Olympics together. Listen, who knows why LeBron chose Philly? He has a method to his madness, but I think this was a decision I didn't expect, but it was probably the best decision for him when it comes to trying to win a championship because of the young talent they have over there.
Next up.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Seahawks veterans report for training camp today, and they hit the practice field for the first time tomorrow. What's the real headline?
Hope Bump enjoyed his offseason.
It's a wrap.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, you're done. Oh, did you have fun golfing? You're done. You're done now.
It's over. The golf game's going to go down the drain again. You got to start all over. But it's exciting at the same time, too, man. I love me some football and some football season. This was going to be different, right? We got a Hard Knocks over there at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center watching these guys go down. So we get to see them live and then go home and watch the production. It's going to be a unique training camp for sure.
Super, super weird. Now, Hard Knocks premieres on August 4th. Cameras are going to be out at training camp. They already have quite a bit of footage already, so I assume that Bump and I will finally make it to Hard Knocks, maybe like an episode 4 kind of thing. I don't know. We'll have to work our way in there. There's a lot to be excited about with this training camp and a lot of questions still to answer. Coming up at 11, we're going to talk about the 3 players and 3 storylines we're watching right now. That's 40 minutes away. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Cade Anderson's rise continues. He's now ranked as the top prospect in all of baseball, according to The Athletic. What's the real headline?
Suddenly that rumor about an Emerson Hancock deal makes sense. Cade Anderson, right there, waiting in the wings for you. Speaking of that rumor, we'll get to that later in the show, coming up at 11:45. A new Mariners trade deadline rumor from Ken Rosenthal that concerns Emerson Hancock, not Luis Castillo. That being said, though, still some really, really great pieces very close to debuting here, Bump.
Yeah, it's we've been waiting for this one, right? For Cade. And you said it with the rumors of Emerson Hancock on the trade block or whatnot. It makes sense that Cade is on the rise. It's just weird, man. It's they fired their assistant hitting coach. You feel like Cade is on his way. They're trying to do stuff, right? It's not like the Mariners are sitting still and saying we're going to do absolutely nothing. They are trying to do stuff, and I get my A for effort. Now let's see what the execution looks like.
Julio in Mill Creek says, Bump, it sounds like you enjoyed having LeBron on the Lakers about as much as I enjoyed A-Rod when he was on the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan, meaning I didn't.
No, I'm with you.
You happy he's gone?
I say this all the time. LeBron is like Drake to me. Like Drake, I don't necessarily like his music.
But he knows how to make a hit.
But I understand who he is and the influence that he has and his greatness. Same thing with LeBron. I've never stood up and cheered for anything LeBron has done. And for 8 years, I could not do that for my team. I cheer when Luka did something on someone else. But
sure.
LeBron I just say thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Move along. My Lakers are going to struggle for a couple of years. We'll be back.
Now, I saw some betting favorites for the Eastern Conference champions this year. The Knicks were number 1, but they've since been taken over. Now, it's close. It's like 22.3% and 22%. So it's like a very, very narrow margin that the 76ers are now favorites to win the East. But do you guys think that's fair, respectful of the Knicks who just won the title?
I think it is a little disrespectful to the Knicks. I mean, they brought back nearly everybody except for, Mitchell Robinson? Like, it's a good ball club.
No, I think it's fair. I do think it's fair. I don't think the Knicks are going to repeat. I think they had a magical season. I think a lot of things had to happen for them to get there. Bronson had to play out of his mind. That's a lot to ask for a guy who's 6'1", maybe.
I'll rephrase. Are the 76ers with LeBron now the best team in the East?
Yeah, I think they are.
Better than the Knicks?
I think so.
Curtis.
I think there's not. You can't really be the off-season champ. You got to be the regular season champ.
The Mariners take on the Rangers in a huge battle for first place in the AL West. Evan Grant covers the Rangers for the Dallas Morning News and helps us get ready for it next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob.
Cole Young, he just comes up clutch.
Afternoons 2 to 7.
Game's on the line. Say you're tied, 2 outs. Who do you want up at the plate right now? At this very moment after 100 games, who do you trust the most up there? For a young guy in his first full season, he's had some big moments already.
Cole Young's only 22, so it's really exciting for the future.
And by the way, the only player on this roster to play every single game.
Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We know this, Shannon. When the weather warms, our baseball team's bats usually get a little hotter. We also know that maybe we've been sitting around and we try to crank things to 100 and our bodies don't quite react. As the weather gets warmer, do you see more folks at IRG?
Absolutely, Brock. You just mentioned it. As the weather warms up, people think they need to get outside, which is great. But sometimes they get outside, they start too fast, too quick, and they don't warm up. They don't stretch. They don't do preparation. If you find yourself in that situation where maybe you overdid it, you're hurt, you got a bruise, a bump, an ache, get a hold of us at IRG PT. We'll do a free injury screening, and we'll give you some guidance, some recommendations to keep you on your path of healthy function, pain-free activity.
How cool is that? A free screening for you and no referral needed. Just personalized care when and where you need it. Visit IRGPT.com and schedule your appointment today. Over 40 convenient locations. IRG's in your neighborhood. IRGPT.com.
So you need to have a system where if a customer wants to transact online, shop their vehicle, find their vehicle, fill everything out, and do as much paperwork even online, and buy the car online, and then come in at an appointment time so they can be in and out in an efficient time. Hey, my target goal is an hour. If you want to take half those steps, just know that, you're going to have another hour of transaction and paperwork, and then you're going to have roughly an hour of delivery. Some people even want more than that because it's a lot of technology. So it's making it available so a customer that wants to go 25, 50, or 100%, meet them there where they want to be. If you want to take all these steps, I can meet you there.
Lee Johnson Auto Family. The LJ Way.
Seattle summers are sneaky, so when the heat wave hits, it hits like I used to. Dave Wyman here. Fast Home Services has you covered with an AC tune-up for just $59.99. First-time customers get the $99 diagnostic for free. Heating and cooling done right by the local team since 1986. Call 1-800-THINK-FAST to book your free in-home estimate. Or visit fasthomeservices.com for a virtual quote in seconds for water heaters, plumbing, HVAC, and electrical services.
All right, well, training camp is here. The team looks ready. They're in shape. It's clear the guys took the offseason seriously. And as they prepare to have all cylinders pumping on September 9th, can you make the changes in your life to be your best by that first game? Well, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can certainly help. And by help, I mean give you a proven plan to lose 30 to 40 pounds by the start of the season. And naturally, no pills, no injections, no side effects. People across Western Washington have lost a ton of weight and become a healthy and happy version of themselves with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Personally, I dropped 35 pounds in 8 weeks. That could be you before the end of the summer. And all it takes to start is a free 15-minute phone consultation. Find out if it's right for you. Schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Schedule it for when you're in the car, commuting to work, or just running errands, because the only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Do what I did. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
A massive 4-game series for the Mariners this weekend, heading into Monday against the Texas Rangers. Joining us for a preview, Dallas Morning News writer Evan Grant. Evan, how's it going?
Hey, how are y'all?
We're good. We are obviously big picture with the Mariners. Probably disappointed with the start of this season, but they're still in it, still fighting for it. And right now, fighting specifically with the Rangers. I wanted to ask you about the expectation that people had for Texas heading into the season. Have they met expectations, surpassed them? Has it been disappointing? Catch us up.
Yeah, I think given the fact that if you go back to June 9th of 2024, this team is exactly 500 over a 354-game span. People are disappointed. There's nothing worse, either one direction or another. And so I think people are disappointed that they're just stuck in the middle. And I think the next 10 days are hugely important for the Rangers, not just for this year, but for the future. They've got to play really good baseball and make a case for Chris Young to go to owner Ray Davis and try and get some more resources to add a little bit of salary here at the deadline, and try to make one more run for it. But I really do think that if things don't go well, this team could look to fully rebuild.
What's the profile of this team? We know here in Seattle, they rely on the long ball, right? They hit home runs. They typically win ball games. What's the style of play over there?
I think right now this team is kind of without an identity. Their best player, Corey Seager, has been on the IL for more than half the season now. And going into last year, you thought this was going to be a slugging team. They didn't slug last year. I think this year with Skip Schumacher, he has tried to infuse a little bit more, I don't want to say small ball, but just run optimization into the whole process. And there have been some times where they have looked plucky on the bases and have created some rallies by being better contact hitters. But I think that's one of the issues here is that we're not really sure what this team's identity is.
Who's been the biggest headache so far? Like, if you were to ask us, I'd go, well, I guess I'd say Cole Young. He's been one of the more consistent bats. He's young, so he kind of catches people off guard. People know to look for Randy Arozarena, but Cole Young comes out of nowhere and I think might be leading the team in RBI, maybe even with runners in scoring position. So who's kind of that version for Texas where he'll probably cause some opponents to be pulling their hair out?
Well, I think the guy that has been a surprise offensively and has really infused some energy into the team is not a young guy, but it's Nicky Lopez, who was a waiver wire pickup early in the season when they were desperate for a second baseman. And Nicky has brought energy into the clubhouse. He's a scrappy type player. And he's sitting here. Nobody thought this was a guy who was going to be hitting 326 45 games into the season for the Rangers. And so he's found a way to create a lot of problems from the bottom of the order for people. I think the best player on the team right now is Wyatt Langford, and he's really kind of blossoming in the way that the Rangers wanted to see over the last 2 years. It's been a little bit slow in coming, but now that he's healthy again, he has been on an absolute tear since he came back from a hamstring injury.
How's Mackenzie Gore been this year?
Again, I think he kind of falls into the underachieving group. This was a guy the Rangers spent 5 prospects on. They spent a lot of capital and really kind of eroded whatever capital they might have to trade at the deadline, which puts them in a difficult spot for Mackenzie, thinking he was really going to blossom into a top-tier starter. And he's shown the same issues that he's had at times in his career, which are big innings. And it's different than you usually see with a guy who suffers from a big inning problem is in that Mackenzie will go 2 or 3 innings, have this kind of breakdown where he allows 3 or 4 runs, but he'll get it back together and manage to stay in the game and at least give you innings. It's just really maddening, I think, for him and for the Rangers, how this one inning gets away from him without him being able to make an adjustment mid-inning.
The Mariners were favored to win the AL West heading into the season. Like I've said, and as you know, they've underperformed, though, and they've kind of been fighting for that top spot back and forth a couple times with Texas. How do you see the AL West kind of, I guess, unfolding? Do you see the Rangers as very seriously taking that away from Seattle?
Look, we're 100 games into the season, and anybody who's in the race, you have to consider them in the race, at least until the deadline passes and teams make their directions clear. The Rangers, as I've said, are in first place. I'm not sure they're playing like a first-place team, but as much as the Rangers have underachieved this year, it's hard for me to fathom what the mindset must be in Seattle, because this is a team that was very close to going to the World Series last year and had the runner-up in the MVP and has the best pitching staff maybe in the American League. And why the Mariners have struggled as much as they have is kind of from the outside is kind of a mystery. So it's anybody's race right now. And Houston has gotten hot here in the last week or so. They've won 3 straight going into this weekend series with the White Sox. I think it is still very much a 3-team race that could be decided not decided, but directions will be determined in the next 10 days.
We got the trade deadline coming up over here, and we're trying to figure out what the Mariners are going to do. What do you think Texas is going to do?
I think if the Rangers are going to add, I think they really need to add some right-handed relief help in front of Jacob Latz, who has been the absolute best story on this team this year, moving from a guy who was denied a chance to be a starter to being an all-star closer. And Jake has been absolutely devastating in that role. But there's not a lot of right-handed relief help in front of him. They have Jacob Junis, who has some issues sometimes recovering, and that's been it. They've used a rotation of rookies throughout, and the Rangers need a little bit more reliability in the 6th and 7th and 8th innings to get the ball to Latz. I also think that this team could use a right-handed hitting outfielder. I think they're a little bit too left-handed in the outfield. And just over the last couple of days, they've lost Kyle Higashioka. We don't know how long he's going to be out with an elbow injury, but an elbow injury at a position where throwing is a premium is certainly concerning. And so both of the 2 catchers who were on the roster to start the season, Higashioka and Danny Jansen, are currently on the IL and could be out for the year. So it might behoove the Rangers to add a little bit of catching depth, though Elias Diaz was a midseason pickup, has really performed well.
Mariners offense has been just absolutely abysmal. They just fired their assistant hitting coach. I don't know if they're going to do anything else here, but they're clearly underwhelmed by their own performance. Tell us a bit about Texas's pitching, especially some of the starters we're going to see over this 4-game series.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest issue that the Rangers have had with their pitching is that Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi, they're 1 and 2 guys who are 36 and 38 years old, respectively, or the other way around. DeGrom's 38, Eovaldi's 36. They have struggled with things that happen to 36 and 38-year-olds. There's been a little bit of decrease in velocity. There's been a little bit more predictability. It's a little bit harder for them to recover, and so their numbers haven't been what the Rangers would have expected. They're still very serviceable, very capable pitchers, but it's been a little bit of an up and down year for them. Coming out of the break, Eovaldi and DeGrom both lasted less than 5 innings in their first start in consecutive losses at Atlanta and Chicago. And the Rangers simply need more out of that because they're relying the rest of the way on a guy who has been an enigma in Mackenzie Gore, and then a younger guy in Kumar Rocker who had a great start this week, but he also had 10 days off between his last start and this, and there was an uptick in his velocity. We'll see if that holds. Jack Leiter is on the IL right now, so they're kind of filling in with Cal Quantrill, which is just a journeyman guy. So it hasn't been the strength that the Rangers had last year, but it's certainly been serviceable. I do think that the bigger issue has been the inconsistency of the offense. And while the offensive numbers have improved this year, there's never been a point in time where it's felt like the offense is truly in sync for any length of time.
Yeah, we know that feeling. He is Rangers beat reporter for Dallas Morning News, Evan Grant. Evan, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Evan.
My pleasure. Take care, y'all.
See ya. Get Off My Lawn coming your way next.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1,
right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field tomorrow when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
And nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of the Super Bowl champs. Seattle Sports.
Are you squeezing every last bit out of your summer? Looking for a fun add to your itinerary? I have the perfect trip. It's already planned out for you at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Make a whole weekend out of it. Here's what you need to do. You head up Friday, treat yourself to a delicious dinner at the steakhouse. On your way to dinner, become a free member at Reef Rewards. It allows you discounts on gas, dining, hotel, and the spa. Saturday morning, get yourself a tea time at Loomis Trails. Make sure you get there early, go to the range, walk around the historic clubhouse. It is beautiful. After that, Saturday night, that's for dinner. You go to River Cafe before live entertainment. Sunday is for the spa. Relax, recharge with a massage and to work out those knots and unwind after you're around. Before you head home, plan your next weekend at Silver Reef, maybe for Crazy Train, Howie Mandel, or Guns Four Roses. All you got to do is at 260 I-5 silverreefcasino.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. You know our customers have a lot of fun with trying to figure out new and creative ways to use closeout bifold blanks to fill their needs. They can also be used as small double door units, access doors that are pre-hung, and even bypass doors. And with thousands of closeout bifold blanks in stock in Marysville and at our bargain barn, you can put your creative DIY mind to work. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and summer's here at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You can check out upcoming shows like the Pop 2000 Tour with Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC, O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, and LFO on August 1st, or relive the 80s with pop sensation Taylor Dayne on September 6th. You can find tickets at snocasino.com and the full lineup, plus experience luxury with breathtaking Cascade views, world-class dining, and play your favorite games. Elevate your next getaway. That's Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Not all roofs are created equal, and not all warranties are either. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Right now, take advantage of free lifetime Golden Pledge warranties on all GAF shingle installations. And save up to $3,000 or choose 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Summertime savings won't last forever. Protect your home with a roof you can count on for decades. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Dave Wyman joined by another Swedish cyberknife patient to offer a glowing endorsement of their prostate cancer treatment. Tim Hunter, a lifelong local radio host, underwent Swedish cyberknife treatment for prostate cancer. How did you hear about Swedish Cyberknife?
Well, it was this familiar sounding voice on the radio telling me about it, and so I thought I'd investigate that. Everything I heard was what I wanted to hear, and so I reached out.
What's it like to go through the Cyberknife treatment?
You do a 5-day-in-a-row stint. You go to the Swedish hospital. They say set aside 45 minutes for each treatment. It's really only about 35 minutes of that little robotic arm dancing around you. There's no pain involved. It's just a matter of listening to music in headphones and trying your best not to move.
Looking back on your Swedish Cyberknife experience, what stood out?
It was too easy. It was just too easy. I went through it and I just went, that's it.
Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
Cyberknife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
The Mariners' 50-season celebration weekend is kicking off August 7th, and Seattle Sports wants to send you and a friend to be part of the celebration. You'll get a chance to watch batting practice before gates open, then stick around for the game and the Alumni Home Run Derby. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app. If you don't already have the app, just text the word app to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, July 27th. No, it's not Wednesday. It's a Friday. I'm so thrown off. I took one day off, and I don't even know what day it is. What did I say to Matt earlier where I thought, oh no, I told Curtis there was something on the show sheet that was for Fridays, and I was like, do you want me to delete this? And then I realized that it's Friday. Whew, that snuck up on me. Really snuck up on me. So normally Wednesday at 10:45, but today it's Friday at 10:45. It's time for Get Off My Lawn. Bump telling us 3 things that have him grinding his gears this week. What's going on?
I'm 40. Let's get it. This one is, I think this is my fault, honestly. This one, I'm yelling at myself to get off my own lawn.
Okay.
I don't understand. This happens to me, and someone help me if you can help me with this, okay? I set my alarm every day. 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. is when my alarm goes off. But I set it at 5 because I know I'm going to snooze. You know what I'm saying? I hit snooze once or twice, boom, before I get up. But every now and then, I'll hit the snooze, and it won't ring. Like, it won't, 10-minute increments, it won't ring. Like, the alarm won't go off. So I'll wake up in a panic, and I'm like 5 minutes off track, and it just won't ring. Like, what am I doing wrong? What is wrong with my phone? Sometimes I hit the snooze, and every 10 minutes, bam, it goes off. Boom, it goes off. And then I'll do it, and I'll look at the phone, and it's making the face as if it's ringing, but there's no noise going on. So what am I doing? Am I that old that I don't know how to work a dang alarm on my phone?
Yes, because I'm about to tell you what you're doing.
What is it?
Is your volume on?
My phone's always on silent. But my alarm always goes off, though.
No, I know. Your phone can be on silent and your alarm will go off, but it's what your volume is. So let's say that you were like, oh, I was watching a video or I turned this on, so then you turn your volume down. I've had times where I've slept through an alarm because my volume was down, so the alarm was going off, but it was really, really, really quiet.
So why was it loud the first time, though? And then I snooze it, and I don't hear anything the second time.
That I don't know.
Somebody help me out, man. I thought I was going crazy. I'm looking at my phone. I go, every 3 or 4 days, this happens to me. Why is this happening to me? I'll check my volume, I guess. I'll turn it all the way up. But, I'm frustrated with myself. I'm like, why is this happening to me? So I'm disciplining myself on this one, okay? You're not that old, but you're 40. Yeah. Figure this out.
You were having some real tech issues.
You're
having a lot of phone issues ongoing for a while now.
I am.
It's phone versus bump and scoreboard is all I have to say about that. What's next?
Right.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
All right, I'm kind of a hypocrite for this one, too.
So are you the star of Get Off My Lawn?
I think
for
so.
All of these?
I was looking at my notes. I go, I guess I'm on my own head today. But this is something I do, right? I talk on the phone, obviously, when we're driving, on the car phone, the speakers or whatnot. And what bugs me is when I'm on the phone with someone and we say goodbye and they don't hang up. Like, I'm putting the responsibility on you to hang up.
What?
Right? I'm not going to, sometimes I don't want to push in. If you're talking to me and we say goodbye, it's your responsibility to hang the phone up.
No, so
I just want to sit there.
Why don't you hang up? That's weird.
I just want to sit there.
How do you not know that's weird?
It's not weird. Hang up.
Hang up.
Why aren't you hanging up?
No, wait.
Why aren't you hanging up?
Hold up. You say goodbye to people and then you just sit there?
Hey, all right, peace. Because people usually hang up. So I just, all right, bye. And then I hear some noise in the background. I'm like, hey, hang up. Hang up the phone. It's your responsibility
No,
now.
you're weird for that
It's
one.
your responsibility
That is
now.
kind of weird.
That is super weird.
I don't know. I know it's weird, though. I just don't like hanging. Like, you hang up. I don't know what it is, Bob.
Oh, my God. Curtis, mental note, we need to call Bump at some point and then
see
don't
if he'll
hang up
hang
and
up?
just see how long.
Yeah.
How long we can go
How long
before
we
he
can go.
realizes we're still there.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. If you don't hang up, like, I'm probably the most vulnerable in my car. You know what I'm saying? Talking to yourself, singing songs, whatnot. You might hear some entertaining stuff, but hang up.
Why don't you hang up?
I don't know. There's
Wait,
something
no,
about
hang
me.
on, hang on.
I don't know.
Do you know how to hang up?
Come on, Stacey.
No, that's not a fair question.
The question had to be
The
asked.
question had to be asked. Do you know how to hang up in your car?
Yes, I do.
How do you do it?
You just push the button, the end button.
Okay.
But you hang up. Okay? I'm going to call you on my way home. And I need
I'm not. No,
I need
I'm not.
you to hang up.
I'm not going to.
All right.
We're gonna have a good old fashioned standoff.
This
where
is like
neither
when
of us-
Robbie Ray and Luke Weaver had a standoff for the national anthem, just looking at each other. I'm not hanging up. You hanging
we're
up?
not even gonna say hi. It's just gonna be staring at our phones in silence.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one having the phone issues, though. The text line saying that, it's happened to a couple of them, too. So
Okay, but
All right.
literally no one is refusing to hang up their phone.
hang up the phone. Hang up.
What if you say bye? Do you not have to hang up?
No. It's only with me. If you ever call me and we have a conversation,
Wow.
you must hang up the phone.
I don't know,
Super
there's
alpha.
something satisfactory about hitting the red button. Hanging
There
up.
is
It's not
something
quite slamming it down like
People
back in the 90s.
Some of our listeners might be too young to know the feeling of when you could hang up a phone by slapping your razor flip phone shut. That feeling, just all right. Bet wasn't a thing, but I'll talk to you later. You felt like you were in the FBI.
Well, see, I'm older than y'all.
Yeah.
We used to have the ones, slam the phone down, old school.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a feeling right there.
That is a feeling we'll never get back.
No, it's gone.
What's last?
All right, last
I'm a
one.
man. I'm 40.
I love our listeners, man. You guys are the greatest. I go out places and stuff, and people say hello, and always say hello. If you see me out, say hello. Always say hello. But I tell you one thing, I don't know where Stacey is all the time. Okay, people come up to me, hey Bob, what's up? Where's Stacey? I don't know where she is right now. I don't have her on GPS.
You guys just don't travel together
We
all
don't
the time.
travel
outside
together.
of here?
She's probably with Dookie somewhere,
His
or at
name's
Target.
Lukey.
Or
Oh my God,
I don't know where
Target
Stacey
yesterday.
is. People keep saying hi. I love it. I love talking to y'all, all that good stuff. But I don't know where Stacey is all the time. They always ask, "Where's Stacey?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I get that sometimes too. Salk has said he'll get that. Where's Brock? And I think it's just that when you're always on air together, people are like, you guys must be here.
You guys go home together.
I think it's just
You
like
guys
a
show up
friendly
together?
thing that you'd say where you'd be, oh, where's this person?
Yeah, no, it's.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to start giving answers too. Oh, she's at the park right now.
I don't
She's
like.
at the mall.
Yeah, I'm gonna start giving answers. She's swimming laps.
I don't like that you guys. I don't like that you said she's probably at Target because
That's a fair assumption.
You always talk about how you're going to Target.
I was at Target yesterday.
Yeah, you had the day off. Of course you're at Target.
I could go to Target even when it's not my day off because I got it.
Yeah, because
like
you're going to
that.
go there after the show
Because
today,
you're
probably.
rich.
Yeah.
Hey, someone said whoever made the call should be the one who hangs up. I kind of like that.
No.
I could get with that. Whoever made the call should be the one who hangs up.
Both people hang up.
You don't have to, though. Both don't have to hang up.
Well,
if one person hangs up, we're good.
It's kind of like it's like a firing squad. No one knows who has the bullet. I hang up every time. I don't know that I'm always the one who actually hangs up, but you just sit there.
Well, 99% of the time, people hang up. It happened to me the other day. I was talking to someone. They didn't hang up. It was my boy Elmer. I go, hey, hang up.
So weird.
I don't know what it is about that, man. I have a glitch. I don't know what it is.
Zach in the 253 said, this is AM radio. Everyone is old enough to remember slamming his phone down.
Facts.
You know what? I always think that, and then we'll randomly get someone that's like a random Gen Z person. They're out there.
They're out there.
There are not a lot of them, but they are out there, and they'll just be like, what's this? And you're like, oh, sweet cherub.
So innocent and young.
Nothing will ever be as good as the Razor.
The Razor? Man, my favorite phone of all time was a Sidekick.
Oh, T-Mobile?
Yeah, I love
Was
the
that
Sidekick.
the one? Oh, I'm thinking of the BlackBerry. I almost said Blueberry.
BlackBerry was dope, too.
BlackBerry was cool, but the keys were so teeny tiny. It was hard to text.
Yeah.
But
you got little hands. You're good.
No, I mean, they were fine, but the Razor was where it was at because the Razor felt like the future. Like how the Matrix felt like the future in whatever year, 2000 or whenever that came out, was how the Razor felt when it came out, where you were like, this is the flying cars are next? Like, what's around the corner? I've never seen a phone this thin in my life.
Hey, can I respond to this person real quick?
No.
Said, Bump, I waved at you at the Super Bowl parade. You gave me the cold shoulder. There's so many people out there. I'm sorry.
They were the one in the Seahawks jersey.
Yeah, the one in the Seahawks jersey. I didn't. I'm sorry.
I can't believe that. I can't believe you. You're listening to Bump and Stacy on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Don't forget to hang up on your friends. The Seahawks kick off training camp tomorrow, and we've got 3 players and 3 big storylines we're following right now. That's next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob.
Cole Young, I mean, he just comes up clutch.
Afternoons 2 to 7.
Game's on the line. Say you're tied, 2 outs. Who do you want up at the plate right now? At this very moment after 100 games, who do you trust the most up there? For a young guy in his first full season, he's had some big moments already.
Cole Young's only 22, so it's really exciting for the future.
And by the way, the only player on this roster to play every single game.
Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
What if I told you a local credit union is giving members up to $30 per month just to make everyday purchases? Dave Wyman here, and when I heard about the offer from Harborstone Credit Union, I said, sign me up. And that's what I did at harborstone.com/cash. You know, I'm not a tech-savvy guy, but opening a checking account was easy enough for me to figure out. I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free, no fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. My wife loves it when I get cash back on gas, groceries, coffee, travel, and lunch. All categories count towards your cash back. You can even tap to pay. If you live, work, or worship in the state of Washington, sign up for a membership with Harborstone Credit Union and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Open your free account online like I did at harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Longer days, warmer weather, and a stronger you all start at Top Fitness. Hey, Brock Hewitt here, and right now, check out the Top Fitness Big Sale in all 3 of their stores. Every category is on sale. Home gyms, weight plates, dumbbells, treadmills, and stair climbers like I've got. Great deals on display models, too. Have a home gym that needs some help? Get your rubber flooring and all the accessories you need. Get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net. Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
We share our used cars. So our used cars are open trade between any store. So the sales managers don't have a problem in saying, yes, that car's available, and then that person from Seattle can come to Kirkland, pick the car up and sell it. It's what's best for the customer at the end of the day.
The LJ way.
If the customer wants to be met in Seattle, then let's figure out how to get that car from Kirkland to Seattle so that customer can come in there and transact. When you're all one team and you've got a great relationship, the other team comes over and helps that team, and then you as the customer don't see any difference in that experience. You're still getting the same service that you want and expect.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Buc-ee's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Buc-ee's makes auto care simple. Visit Buc-ee's.com today and drive with confidence. Buc-ee's.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners open up a huge 4-game series against the Rangers tonight at 5:05 p.m. Bryce Miller gets the start opposite Mackenzie Gore for Texas. Pre-game show starts at 4 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Elsewhere in the AL West, the Astros are taking on the White Sox at 4:40 p.m. for that first pitch. And the Seahawks open up training camp tomorrow. Nick Manwari, Zach Charbonnet, and Kenny McIntosh among players who will not be practicing after being placed on the PUP list earlier this week.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Someone earlier texted into the show really angry that Curtis made it sound as though Choco Tacos were back. They wanted you to be accountable for that. Apparently, you said it's only back at T-Mobile, like a special that they're having there.
I mean, I'm there. It counts as being back.
That's fair. Some people were upset about it, and I was thinking...
It was one person.
Ice cream truck... Well, I'm people, too. Ice cream truck rolls up. The first thing you're getting. Because my answer would be 3, the drumstick, the ice cream sandwich, or the Choco Taco, which now, that's not even an option.
Strawberry shortcake all day.
That's what.
That's right.
That's
Back in my day, you get 2 of those for $1. Man,
that's crazy.
Now it's like the ice cream truck came to the park the other day. We were out there. It's like $3
for one.
For one.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I don't even see ice cream trucks anymore.
Well, you're not a child. They're not at.
Stacey just be chilling at the playground.
Yeah. Why don't they come to my Pilates class?
Where are they? Well, I mean, I'm sure they exist. The worst ones are the character ones that have the gumball eyes. Those
Kids
are the
love
worst
those.
ones.
Kids love them, though.
I didn't like them when I was a kid.
No?
No. Horrendous. Horrendous
kids
ice
love
cream
them.
flavor. Ugh, no thank you. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Seahawks kick off training camp this weekend. The 3 players and 3 storylines we're watching right now. So we're breaking it up. First, we'll talk about 3 players, and then we'll get to kind of our 3 storylines and questions and the things that we're most interested in. So first, the 3 players. Bump, one of the 3 players that you will absolutely have your eye on when camp kicks off this weekend and when we're out there live on Monday is who?
Dante Fowler. I'm looking at him. I want to see if he has that same spark that DeMarcus Lawrence brought with him. When you switch teams, there's a couple things that can happen. You could be devastated. I don't want to be here. I don't like this place. And it shows up in how you perform, how you prepare, and all that good stuff. Or you can be excited, rejuvenated. And I think that's what he's going to be. And it's a new challenge. You're joining a team that just won a Super Bowl. So I would assume that you're naturally going to buy into anything that's happening here. And I want to see if he can find that fountain of youth the same way that DeMarcus Lawrence did. And I'm sure DeMarcus has been talking to him, kind of telling him how things go down here and what to expect and all that good stuff. But you're going to need a guy like Dante Fowler to hop on the field and make some plays.
This is what Derek Hall had to say about the addition of Dante Fowler so far.
Huge. Tay came in, and I introduced myself, and he was like, hey, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. And every single day, again, we talk a lot of crap to each other, but we go out there and we push each other. Just speaking the aspect of the day, we were working some, and it was I really couldn't wrap my head around it. He really slowed down and just helped show me the way and how he would play it. And I mean, everybody knows he's a speed rusher. So being able to have two different aspects of D-Law, who's crazy and insane and does all the right things, and then having someone who's been here just as long, but the speed dynamic is out of this world. I mean, that's what he's known for, and be able to have both of those guys and continue to lean on them, I think is huge for me and my development.
One of the most common questions I remember seeing, Bump, when Fowler was signed here was, he's replacing Boye Mafe. And you said, well, I don't know that that's exactly the most fair comp for what it is that Fowler brings and what it is that you're losing with Mafe. So tell us what he's bringing.
For what I've seen, he's a disciplined type of player. You know what's crazy? We talked to Isaiah Stanback, and he made me look at the film a bit differently because he said that when Dante is motivated, he's a good ball player, but sometimes he takes some plays off. So I went back and watching film, and I couldn't find many plays where he's just taking plays off. And people got to understand, too, you get tired when you play sports. You know that, Stacey? Swim your laps, you get tired, right? Sometimes you just don't have it for that play. You're giving all you got, and it might look like you're taking a play off. But Stanback knows Dante better than I do. But what I see on film is a guy who is just disciplined. Sometimes the boring play is the play. Being on the backside, squeezing to the tackles, and making sure the cutback lane isn't there. It's just the play. You didn't make the play, but you forced the running back to stay to the right or stay to the left. And that's what I see, a disciplined guy. But then there's a burst, too. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is a bit more explosive, but Dante has a burst as well. So a disciplined dude who will show some burst.
A player that I have my eyes on, and that includes everyone else too, is going to be Jadarian Price. The Seahawks running back room is probably the single biggest question. Some people would say weakness. Other people would say there's just unanswered questions heading into training camp. I mean, think about it. Last year, the guy that was leading that room in rushing yards and enforcing missed tackles, Ken Walker, is gone. You can say whatever you want about feeling like Ken Walker wasn't always healthy or that he played his best football in the playoffs as opposed to in earlier games. Not that it ended up mattering because they still got to and won a Super Bowl. Whatever critique you have about Ken Walker, he had by far the most production in that room. Zach Charbonnet had a career high in touchdowns, and that was really something to behold. The way he was used in the red zone was great. I don't know when he's coming back for you this year. It's certainly not going to be in week 1. They added Emmanuel Wilson from the Packers. They really like George Holani, who was your third-string guy last year. Kenny McIntosh, by the way, is starting is starting training camp on PUP, so he's not out there practicing right away. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but still some intrigue. And chief among those intriguing players to me, Bump, is Jadarian.
Jadarian has not a lot of pressure, but high expectation because you mentioned Zach Charbonnet, obviously not 100%. You got K9 who went to the Chiefs, and they were such a big part of when this offense got rolling, is when they got rolling, when we figured out each other's roles, too. Remember, we were trying to figure out, at one point, people were texting in, is K9 the number one back or is Zach Charbonnet the number one back? Because Zach's getting those touches in the red zone and scoring touchdowns. So Jadarian's going to have to hit the ground running and be both of those guys. He's got to be the power back to get downhill, and he also has to be that explosive guy as well and catch a football out the backfield. But I think he can handle it. But he's going to have a little bit of help, right? Hopefully McIntosh is going to be healthy. Got George Holani. We have Emmanuel over there as well. So we're going to see a few backs. But, no, you drafted this man in the first round for a reason because you needed a number one running back. Hopefully he can be that guy.
Let's talk about what he brings. This is Mike Golick Jr., another Notre Dame grad, on Jadarian.
With Jadarian, the thing that always stood out to me was, first off, vision. I thought no matter the scheme, he did a really good job of understanding where his options were in front of him in the run game and then turning that into the ability to make a big play. He's not as fast as Jeremiah was, straight line speed, but his ability to put his foot in the ground, make that decision, and then explode east and west.
Could he give you a breakout season? I'm talking 700-plus yards because I don't know when Charbonnet is coming back or what Holani is going to look like hitting the ground running, and both of those things are going to impact what you really need from Jadarian. But let's say that Charbonnet isn't with you to start the year and that Holani's perfectly fine, but not like a 1,000-yard back. You're going to need almost an unfair amount of production from Jadarian. And that doesn't have to be 1,000 yards bump, but it does have to be more than the, let's say, 300 or 400 that could be fair to expect from a rookie running back that isn't Ashton Genty with the Raiders.
Yeah, he has to continue to help this offense pose a threat, right? The threat of running the football can sometimes be just as good as running the football because it's the influence. So he has to show defenses, I'm capable of running in between the tackles. I'm capable of getting tough yardage. I'm capable of these big plays as well because it changes the way that teams actually play you, which opens everything else up. Everything's connected, man. If you can continue to be a threat, which I think he can, the pass game will open up, then the run game will open up, and you create that balance that Sam needs to be at his best.
All right, so Jadarian Price, Dante Fowler, Bump. Who's our third player we're watching?
Third player we are watching is Rashid Shaheed, and we're watching him because I want to see what that route tree looks like. I don't even know if it's called a route tree anymore because back in my day, Stacy, you had routes like 0 through 9, a 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's an actual tree. You see the routes. Now the routes that they run are just a bit more fluid than back in my day. We ran some of the routes, but they do a lot more now. But I want to see just how his route running has expanded. Where has he gotten better? Because the thing that he always has on his side, man, is that speed. You cannot teach speed. I got a buddy who's like 6'6". Yo, Bump, you can't teach reach. He used to play hockey. And You can't teach reach. It's like you can't teach reach. You can't teach speed. And that threat of being able to run by a defender will keep them in their back pedal, make them flip their hits early. If he understands that, which I'm sure he does, he's a professional. He's got coaches around there as well. Coach Frisk over there is a good coach. Then uses that to his advantage, man. That route tree can be open up because you create space just with a threat. So I want to see how his role expands in his offense and what his route running looks like.
Well, it matters not just because of the speed he brings and all the potential he has and because of that big contract he gave him, but also because of the target share that JSN had last year. I think it's fully reasonable to expect that JSN is going to be a first-team All-Pro next year, or that, you know what I mean, like he is firmly established as one of the best wide receivers in the league. That's fair for the expectation, right?
Yep.
36% target share, which is what JSN had last year. It wasn't just the most among all Seahawks or maybe even just in the league last year. It was the most of any player since 2012. I also think it's fair to expect that there's some regression there. And that doesn't have to mean that JSN plays poorly or that defenses figure him out. That's not what it means. What it means is that you really do need, in terms of a full season, some kind of great number 2 option. You've talked about A.J. Barner maybe evolving into being a top 5 tight end in the league, and like maybe he ends up being number 2 on this team in receiving yards or touchdowns or what have you. Maybe it ends up being your running back room, getting really involved in the pass game, whatever it is. You need to find a place for those targets that JSN got last year that's just going to be so hard for him to get again this year.
What's funny to me about that stat, it's crazy. We say 37%.
Yeah.
It's 37%, but they were 15th when it comes to attempts. So yes, it's a bulk of the targets, but I don't know. It's just I understand it, but I feel like you have to be able. This year, you have to force the ball to Jason to start the year. Start the year. Say, look, we're going to do exactly what you think we're going to do. Stop us. Make them show that they can stop it first.
Yeah.
And I think there will be regression, and regression is going to be good. I know we talked about A.J. Barner, who we think is going to have a good year. We talked about Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp. But if I'm them, I'm coming out, I'm running the football, and I'm taking a shot with JSN and say, show us you can stop us. He is still the top 3 receiver in the game. So, yes, people are going to pay attention to it, but when you have that weapon, I just don't want them to be shy to use it. I don't want people to think just because this information is out there that they're not going to get this man the football. You know, like
don't assume they figured it out.
Show you can stop it first, and then we'll mix it up.
Very fair. Okay, so those are our 3 players: Dante Fowler, Jadarian Price, Rashid Shaheed. Your answers might be different, but that's who we've got our eyes on when camp kicks off this weekend. Let's talk about the 3 storylines or questions that we're watching right now. Bump, what's one of the things kind of top of mind for you when camp kicks off?
Top of mind. This is secondary. Like, what does that secondary look like with a Spoon, who I hope is going to get paid here pretty soon, with a Bud Clark, who I think is going to get reps, with Ty Okada? Like, how long can Ty Okada hold off Bud Clark? And I think Ty is good. Like, Ty is the dude that every team needs. He showed up early to our interview. You know what I mean? He's that dude, right? It was like 10 minutes early to our interview. That's just how he works, how he operates. How is Julian Neal going to get acclimated? How much are we going to see of him? What about Rodney Thomas? We ain't talked about Rodney Thomas in so long, right? Josh Jobe. can he have another solid season? I think the secondary is interesting to me because there's a lot of talent back there, but they added some new guys too. So I want to see how quickly they start getting reps.
I want to stay with this topic for a little while because one of my questions was just who's the next man up after Nick Emenwari. Now, the team anticipates, per ESPN's Brady Henderson, that Nick Emenwari is going to be ready to go week 1. So this isn't a question of, like, who fills in for Nick because he can't play. It's a question about, like, who gets a lot of work right now, who has a chance to shine. But the reason that I'm framing it this way and throwing it back to you, Bump, is there's not really another Nick Emenwari. Like, he is your biggest safety. He's your heaviest safety. He has that kind of hybrid role. It's not really about, oh, that's easy, just put Bud Clark in that role. That's not what's going to happen here. But what could happen here is that another guy in that room gets a chance to showcase what makes him special in a different way, right?
Yeah, I think Julian Neal could fit that role. He's not as big as Nick Emenwari. He's 6'2". I think Nick is like 6'3". He's about 205. Nick is like 220. But it's the way that Julian Neal plays. I can see him being that overhang defender, getting in the box sometimes, and just being a threat. So I think that opens up opportunity. Obviously, there's other guys on this roster who will get a shot there, but I'm wondering if they'll move Neal there and see what he can do.
Last one is just does Devin Witherspoon get an extension? And I know it's really boring, but I'm promising you that the number one thing that reporters and us are going to be looking for when camp kicks off is, where's 21? And is he out here? And is he practicing? Mm-hmm. You think a deal gets done here soon?
I think so. I think that would be the right thing to do. I think it would allow him to focus. I think he's going to focus regardless. Obviously, he went to OTAs and did all that good stuff, but sometimes just get it out the way so it's no longer a question. Now, how many times are they going to talk to Schneider and ask him about the spoon deal, or McDonald talk about the spoon deal? If they don't get it done, they're going to be so annoyed by it. They're going to start their press conference saying, "Don't ask me about spoon. We're going to get that done." It's I think people use the word distraction too much because I think that people and players are a lot more resilient than they get credit for. They're professionals. Things can become a distraction, but probably not as big as you might think. I just don't want this to linger. Just get it done so we can stop talking about it and just focus on the season.
The Mariners' 50 season celebration weekend is kicking off August 7th, and Seattle Sports wants to send you and a friend to be part of the celebration. You'll get a chance to watch batting practice before gates open, and then stick around for the game and the Alumni Home Run Derby. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app. If you don't already have the app, just text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, July 27th. Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, Bump. Who's Cole Hudson, and why should college athletics follow his journey?
Pay attention to Cole Hudson and what's going on. He was a offensive lineman at the University of Texas. He went undrafted, spent some time with the Browns in their mini camp, and the Cowboys their mini camp. He did not sign a contract. He has not been paid. He just got a per diem. So he just signed a temporary restraining order to return to college.
Restraining order?
It's not what you think, but that's just what they call it. To go back to college and play some ball. And me personally, I have no problem with this. If you didn't get paid, you were undrafted, you didn't make a team, go back and play one more year of college ball. Now, the NBA is different. There are guys who are playing in the G League, who are trying to go back to college. That's different. You're getting paid. You're a professional. Technically, he's never been a professional because he never signed a contract. So I'm like, look, if this is allowed to go through, there's a judge presiding over it and all that good stuff. If this is allowed to go through, undrafted dudes, don't take a signing bonus, nothing. All right, you go to your team, you see if you go to your camp, see if you make the team. If you don't, let them go back and do another year.
Second down. What were you reminded of today?
All right, so if I told you, Stacy, this player completed 70% of his passes in college, 3,500 yards, 29 passing touchdowns, 862 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns, finished second in the Heisman, he'd be on a roster, right?
Yeah.
No, he's got cut by the Ravens. He's not on a roster.
Not Diego.
It's Diego. And this reminded me just how cutthroat this thing is. We know Diego can play. He's a little undersized, but we know that he can play. And that
a little undersized.
Sometimes the game just doesn't translate. I've seen guys have no numbers and then get to the NFL and ball out, and vice versa. It's just everyone's journey is a bit different. And I saw that he got cut. I saw that the Winnipeg has his rights for the CFL. The UFL is showing some interest in him. And I appreciate that he has options Because I think he'll go to one of these leagues and be pretty good. But the NFL is cutthroat, man. It doesn't matter what you've done in college, whether you were a baller or just a guy who got a couple reps. If you can impress, you get a chance.
Okay, so if someone has some pretty respectable numbers in college, what might be the reason that an NFL team is like, no, not even for practice squad, not even here for camp?
Can't pick up the playbook, issues off the field.
That's what I'm saying. That's like my mind starts going to like the stuff that's like.
Well, then some guys you get in the system and it just don't work for you.
Sure.
You just don't.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit your style of play. You gotta get lucky in this league. Unless you are one of the elite, like the top 15 players drafted in the NFL, they have to get lucky too. But the guys behind them have to get more lucky.
Third down. What will people learn about the Seahawks when watching Hard Knocks?
I think they will learn that the culture here is real. It's authentic. I think they'll learn that Mike McDonald and John Schneider have a great relationship. I think they'll learn that the players here understand when to have fun and when to go to work. I think they'll see the intensity that Mike brings to a practice. The practices now are so easy. They're cake. Back when I was playing, we were padded up, we were hitting. It was different.
You'd get stabbed.
Nowadays, it's
they took that out in the new CBA.
They take care of the players, right, with the practice time and with the pads, but these players take care of the coaches with their effort and their energy. And I think you're going to see that. This happens all across the NFL. I don't think you have successful teams without that, but everyone does it their own way. And I'm excited to see what it looks like on the screen, because we've been there, right? I work for the Hawks. I've been around these guys, but I want to see what the production looks like. How do they perceive the Seahawks, and how is HBO how are they going to put them out there? I'm interested.
Well, and we're there, and we've been there for, like, I've covered every training camp for 12 years now, but I'm not, like, in huddles.
Right.
And you know my hearing's bad. Like, I'm curious to hear, like, the players that they have mic'd up in some of those moments, because I can sense that, like, Witherspoon has a lot of energy. That doesn't mean I can hear every conversation he's having.
Right.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
That's the best part about football, are the conversations before and after plays.
Yeah.
It is. That's what I miss the most, whether they're talking trash, showing love, random stuff. I used to be on the field in college and see just a pretty girl. I'd be like, hey, dog, 50-yard line right there, back. All right, let's get back to it. Just like little things that happen, man. The interactions are fun.
Fourth down. I like this question because I can't guess the answer. What former Seahawk will have the best year with their new team?
So we got K9 with the Chiefs, Boye with the Bengals, Kobe with the Bears, Reek with Philly. I'm going with Kobe. And the reason why I'm going with Kobe is because, one, that defense has to get better over there in Chicago, right? I think they're good at turning the football over but gave up a whole bunch of yards, or taking away but gave up a bunch of yards. But Kobe plays his best when he feels appreciated. I've noticed that about him. When he's getting that, it's not even like attention seeking, but when he's getting that spotlight, he rises to the challenge, man. And I think that he feels appreciated over there. I think he's getting, like $15 million a year or something like that with Chicago. And I've always been a Kobe Bryant fan, just by the way he carries himself and the way he his work ethic. I think Kobe's going to have a big year. And his K9's going to have himself a good year. I think he'll have a bunch of yards. Boye will make some plays. Kobe's year might not even pop when it comes on the stat sheet. You know, Kobe's the type of guy where you have to watch the film to see how he influences the game. So I'm going with Kobe Bryant over there in Chicago. Go get it. That's
interesting. I thought, well, to me, I was like, it's either going to be that, or I didn't think you'd say Reek. Boye has a chance to do something cool, but that defense just, he's on a worse defense. That's what I'm saying. He's on a worse defense, and he has less help around him. So I thought, well, maybe I'll say Ken Walker, because Ken Walker with Kansas City, you had this really cool stat a while ago where it's like, what was it? During Patrick Mahomes' tenure in Kansas City, he's also leading the team during that same time in rushing yards or something crazy like that. And I thought, well, God, they really haven't had like a long-term answer at running back in a minute. There's a chance there for Ken Walker to do something.
Yeah. I think K9's going to go off too, though, man.
Yeah.
Getting me over there calling plays again. Yeah, but I'm rocking with my boy Kobe.
Yeah, I think AFC is going to be fascinating now that guys are healthy again. Glad we don't have to think about it. Coming up at 11:45, a new Mariners trade deadline rumor from Ken Rosenthal that involves a pitcher. It is not Luis Castillo. Before we get to that, taking a look at the timeline next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob.
Cole Young, I mean, he just comes up clutch.
Afternoons 2 to 7.
Game's on the line. Say you're tied, 2 outs. Who do you want up at the plate right now? At this very moment after 100 games, who do you trust the most up there? For a young guy in his first full season, he's had some big moments already.
Cole Young's only 22, so it's really exciting for the future.
And by the way, the only player on this roster to play every single game.
Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Let me take you back 104 years ago. The year is 1922. The president is Warren G. Harding. Insulin at the time is a breakthrough diabetes treatment. Betty White was born, and Wayscar Ford opens up in Auburn. Think about that. The Ford Bronco Sport I'm driving right now is from a dealership that's been around for 104 years. How's that even possible? Well, Wayscar Ford is a model of consistency, and their secret, it's all about the people, employees and customers just like you and me. I'm looking at their core values, but they're more than words on paper. They mean it. They care. To this day, when I've got a question about the Bronco I'm driving, I text the guy I got it from. His name's Chris, and him and the entire team there are always so easy to work with. Wayscar Ford is celebrating their 104th birthday in Auburn with exclusive deals for loyal customers, no payments for 104 days. Enter to win tickets, go see them in person, and be part of history. The Wayscarf Way, 104 years of service, trust, and community. WayscarFord.com.
Do you have a wood deck that could use a little TLC this season? Start by giving it a good cleaning to remove dirt, pollen, or any mold or mildew. Then, if you're left with gray wood and decide you want to restain, use a wood brightener product first. Finally, when you're ready to bring life and color back into your deck, choose Penifin Ultra Premium Red Label Wood Stain. Its highly penetrating Brazilian rosewood oil formula provides superior protection for your wood deck. Penifin Red Label Wood Stain. On sale now at Dunn Lumber.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Dave Wyman joined by another Swedish cyberknife patient to offer a glowing endorsement of their prostate cancer treatment. Tim Hunter, a lifelong local radio host, underwent Swedish cyberknife treatment for prostate cancer. How did you hear about Swedish cyberknife?
Well, it was this familiar sounding voice on the radio telling me about it, and so I thought I'd investigate that. Everything I heard was what I wanted to hear, and so I reached out.
What's it like to go through the cyberknife treatment?
You do a 5-day-in-a-row stint. You go to the Swedish hospital. They say set aside 45 minutes for each treatment. It's really only about 35 minutes of that little robotic arm dancing around you. There's no pain involved. It's just a matter of listening to music in headphones and trying your best not to move.
Looking back on your Swedish cyberknife experience, what stood out?
It was too easy. It was just too easy. I went through it and I just went, that's it?
Treat prostate cancer with Swedish cyberknife. Swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
Cyberknife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
Stay cool this summer and save big. Lake Washington Windows and Doors delivers the quality, comfort, and energy-saving performance you deserve. During July, buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Mariners and Rangers tonight in Texas. 5:05 first pitch, 4 o'clock pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
So you need to have a system where if a customer wants to transact online, shop their vehicle, find their vehicle, fill everything out, and do as much paperwork even online, and buy the car online, and then come in at an appointment time so they can be in and out in an efficient time. Hey, my target goal is an hour. If you want to take half those steps, just know that, you're going to have another hour of transaction and paperwork, and then you're going to have roughly an hour of delivery. Some people even want more than that because it's a lot of technology. So it's making it available so a customer that wants to go 25, 50, or 100% meet them there where they want to be. If you want to take all these steps, I can meet you there.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ Way.
Andy Ortiz,
When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Is it water under the bridge between LeBron James and new teammate Jaylen Brown? LeBron James, by the way, headlining all of sports today with the news that he's signing with the 76ers. I was shocked to see that. Just as a sidebar, were you guys expecting Miami before we dive into our top story here?
Nah, Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Curtis, you thought Miami. I thought when the YouTube thing was posted, for sure it's going to be Miami.
Definitely not Philly.
And then that they fired that person, I thought for sure it's Miami. But no, it's Philly. At an NBA Summer League in 2025, Jaylen Brown was caught on camera saying that Bronny James isn't a pro to friends who were sitting next to him at the time. LeBron was asked about how things are between him and Brown. This was back in February.
You know, our relationship has been, pretty respectful. Besides said about Bronny at Summer League.
I was wondering if you guys were able to get past that.
But other than that, we've been all right.
Were you guys able to get past that?
We'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be all right. I think he went on social media and said something about it. It's all good, but Ronnie got a long way to go, but that's another story. So
it does have a long way to go. And now that's your teammate. I'm sorry, you can't be that mad.
You do him like that. He does have a long way to go.
Look, Jaylen Brown is not related to Bronny James. He is not Bronny James' father, cousin, brother, nephew, anything. Like, you are allowed to be.
An opinion.
You're allowed to share an opinion in what you think is a private moment between you and some friends. And go like, hey.
Was he mic'd up?
No, it was lip reading.
Oh,
it was private. Was that when he was sitting next to, I don't think, Angel Reese? No, it wasn't Angel.
It was
Angel Reese. So he's talking to people who know ball. Like, they're having what they think is a private conversation.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you.
And LeBron knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he wasn't really tripping. Like, it's his son, so he's going to feel some kind of way. But end of the day, you're allowed to have your opinion.
Absolutely. So I think leave Jaylen alone. You know what I mean? Clearly, it's not something that kept LeBron. LeBron chose to sign here. It's clearly not an issue.
He said Jaylen can ball. I could use him.
He said that's a pro.
Yeah, that's a pro. That's a pro right there.
He said, I know a pro when I see him. Did LeBron drop a hint about signing with the 76ers last week at Fanatics Fest? Here was his curious answer about picking a new team.
You definitely, look at, fan bases, wherever you may go, and how they treat their team, and, what's the legacy that's been left there, whatever the case may be. You look at those factors, but it's not the deciding factor. Obviously what's most important is I want to compete. I want to compete at a high level. I want to, join a franchise that kind of shares the same, motto as myself, and that's like practicing championship habits every day, but trusting the process more than anything. I think when you trust the process of actually getting to that point.
That wasn't no hit. That wasn't no hit. Hold on.
Or was it?
I think it was.
I think it would have been funnier if the hint he dropped was about like the route of 1776. Like,
just ringing that Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
I threw on Rocky the other night. Really inspired.
I was watching
Rocky. Big Eagles fan.
And I watched Creed.
Yeah. You guys ever had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich? Delicious. Absolutely delicious. No one caught on, though, apparently, because people were shocked. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't think he was going to Philly. But I think it's a good move, man. Jaylen Brown's over there. You got VJ, Joel Embiid. I mean,
Is this the best team for him to have joined?
I think any of those contenders, any of the teams we were talking about, Miami had a little more work to do, but you had Giannis over there. Cleveland, I think, was ready to make a run. Philly's making a run. I think Cleveland and Philly were probably his two best options.
Can I ask you guys something? One of the critiques that I was hearing about Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal, obviously during the World Cup, was, well, we know that he used to be the absolute best, but he was so used to being a star that, like, either he or Portugal insisted on making him central to whatever they were trying to do. And because he wasn't as good as he used to be, that ended up costing them. Is that kind of where LeBron is now? Is he still like absolutely top of his game? He's going to be their best player.
No.
Is he going to be willing to take a backseat for someone else?
He took a backseat this year with the Lakers. I mean, he turned into the third option and still dropped 20-plus points a game. Now, I think LeBron's a smart dude. He knows where he is in his career. He knows, all right, I just got to make it through the regular season. Let these young bulls run around and do all this stuff. Make it through the regular season, then playoffs, I can turn up. My man's going to be 41, 42.
That's crazy.
Like, come on. He knows how to get through this. No, I think he's completely fine being a second or third option.
Who's the oldest NBA player ever?
I think Robert Parrish.
How old?
He was like 44.
Looked like he was 58.
Yes.
LeBron is calling this his last choice. So I'm guessing that this is, even though it's a 2-year deal, I'm going to guess this is it this year.
I think if he feels after this year, if they don't win it, they can. He'll come out for another year.
It's a 2-year deal. For the first time since leaving for LSU, Lane Kiffin, in our next story, got to speak in front of Ole Miss media members at SEC Media Day. Kiffin did his best to explain why he chose to leave in the middle of the college football playoff.
You know, I made a challenging decision and change. And I think as I look back to that, I thought I could find a way for everybody to understand. And now as I look back later on, that was never going to happen. And I made a decision that I changed jobs. And as I get older and I go through things and losing both parents, I was actually talking to Ross Dellinger, and I kind of said something that might sound kind of funny to you, but I watched the Hulk Hogan special, and I realized something. I was like, we're all going to die. And so some of the things that we put importance on, we worry about, and what this person says and that, like, really aren't going to matter. And when I lost my dad, I started thinking that, and I really started thinking, when I grew up, there were two people that I thought just wouldn't die, my dad and Hulk Hogan. And then I watched that special and really, like, Hulk Hogan died too. Like, there's no way Hulk Hogan was ever going to not wrestle and die. And he did. And so it just made me reflect really on, like, I can't be so concerned about little things and what people say and this. And you got to make decisions. You got to go with them.
No, I'll tell you this, Bump. I get what he's trying to say. I get what he's trying to say, which is you can't constantly try to make everyone happy all the time. We're all going to die. Live your life. Make the decisions that are right for you. It does kind of feel out of left field when you're hearing him answer a question about why he went to LSU.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. That's why I went.
I get it. Like, I totally get what Lane is saying, but like without any effort to understand what he's saying, it sounds so out of left field. So it sounds like dodging accountability by saying we're all gonna die. I didn't think Hulk Hogan was gonna die, but here we are.
Hey, the Hulkster is gone. That's why I went to LSU. I get what he's saying. I feel it. And I believe that you shouldn't do things based on what people think. You have to fill your own bucket and make sure you're fulfilled. And LSU, it's like a top 5 job in the country. You know, he's grinding his way up to LSU. So I get why he left.
Let me tell you what. When Hulk Hogan died, Lane Kiffin knew he'd have to make this.
He said the Hulkster. The Hulkster passed away. And that's when I knew LSU was for me.
Look, as a host, there are certain times when, like, a guest is answering a question and you're like, is this going off the rails? And I would probably feel that way in that interview of, like, where are we going? Where is this leading?
Right, and you're waiting, like, land this thing.
And he landed it, but it was a weird ride. I'm not going to lie. It was a weird ride.
You're going to die. Yes, we know this, Lane.
I mean, look, Lane's also not going to be someone that takes like 100% public accountability and say, because what he wants to say is, yeah, I know that these players are going to feel like I betrayed them, but I have to do what's right for me too. That's what he wants to say. But instead it has to be this whole thing about like how you have to live life.
Yeah. He had to try to soften it up.
He did.
Yeah.
But it was.
No, you left because they pay you more money, and LSU is a national championship type program.
Be real.
Yeah.
That's why you did it. But you did it because you wanted to, and you thought, how many times am I going to get this opportunity? I only get one life, just like Hulk. Current Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding said he doesn't hold any ill will for Kiffin after he left midseason.
Lane and I are good. So
So, I did not know Coach Kiffin prior to taking the Ole Miss job. I think everybody just assumes Alabama. I wasn't at Alabama when Coach Kiffin was, So I didn't come to Ole Miss because of Coach Kiffin. I came to Ole Miss to be at Ole Miss to raise 3 kids. So, our relationship really grew in those 3.5 years, and he did a lot for me, and I was very, very appreciative of how he treated me and my family, and learned a lot from him. So I have no ill will towards Coach Kiffin. He texts me on a regular basis, and there's certain things that we'll talk about, and there's certain things that we don't talk about. He's very competitive, just like I'm very competitive. Right. And so obviously a lot of this went a different direction when now he had a new job with new responsibilities, and he's going to be super competitive to be the best that he can at that job. Right. Which is his job.
No bad blood, no ill will. But I'll tell you what, Bump, Ole Miss hosts LSU September 19th. You can bet this is going to be in the back of their minds.
Who's at home?
Ole Miss home.
Ole Miss is at home?
Hosting LSU.
They're going to be on Lane's head.
They're going to be on
And you know what's going to happen?
Neck.
LSU's going to whoop them, too.
For real?
She's going to smack them.
Oh, yeah. I heard that as the opposite for a minute. I was like, oh.
Yeah, LSU going to get them, too.
Which,
But that's the fun part about sports, man. I used to love traveling and having people just hate you and yell at you and throw things at you. It's like, it brings the teams together. I like that.
Yeah. It's bonding.
Bonding. Time
for the IRG injury report brought to you by IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Rob Refsnyder dealing with that knee issue, and Brandon Donovan with a groin issue are currently out on rehab assignments. Meanwhile, J.P. Crawford, dealing with that wrist, has been out since July 19th. The Mariners are hoping he'll be able to return to lineup at some point this weekend in this series against the Rangers. To the Seahawks, Zach Charbonnet, coming back from an ACL, and Nick Emanwari, off of ankle surgery, were placed on the PUP list to start training camp, so they will not be practicing with the team, can still take part in some activities, and obviously can be activated at any point of training camp. Coming up next, a new Mariners trade deadline rumor from Ken Rosenthal.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1.
Right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field tomorrow when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
And nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of the Super Bowl champs. Seattle Sports.
Welcome to IRG Sports Injury Update. We're with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and president of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. And our guest, Dr. Sarah Jurek, MD, board-certified orthopedic surgeon and shoulder specialist.
Dr. Jurek, orthopedic surgeon, specialize in shoulders. I'm an athlete. I'm young. I've had some traumatic injuries in my past. I have arthritis in my shoulder. I'm in my mid-50s. What can I do?
So the first thing you can do is try everything you can to get it feeling better without surgery. So that means physical therapy, stretching. Sometimes we do injections, so a cortisone injection. If there's something that you're doing that just absolutely irritates your shoulder and you can give it up, then maybe you modify your activities. And when all that fails, your next step is to consider a shoulder replacement surgery. You have a couple of options with that, and that's something that you talk with your surgeon about. But in general, there's 2 options for you. There's half of a shoulder replacement, which is called a hemiarthroplasty, and there's a full shoulder replacement called an anatomic total shoulder arthroplasty. And the premise is kind of the same for each. It's just trying to give you a smooth surface to let you have less pain and more function. Once you commit to it, a lot of patients are really scared that they may have to give up all of their sporting activities. And that's absolutely not the case. It will take some time to recover. You will have to do some physical therapy, protect it for a little while. But once you get past that initial recovery, then you can get back to doing your normal activities.
I'm just getting a new joint. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to return to activities. About 6 to 9 months. What's normal there?
I would say that's a reasonable expectation. I think full recovery from a total shoulder is a whole year. My outcome for a patient is when they stop thinking about it and they just use it the way they would before surgery.
Great option to get back to quality of life. Dr. Jurek, thank you for your time. If you want more information regarding shoulder injuries, you can contact Dr. Jurek at seattleshoulderdoc.com.
With over 40 neighborhood clinics around Washington, IRG has you covered. Let IRG be your family's physical therapist. Find the location nearest you at irgpt.com. That's irgpt.com.
Pacific Power Batteries understands batteries for golfers, batteries for your car, your golf cart, and your bag's electric cart. We also sell good, used, 5-year-old E-Z-Go and Yamaha golf carts with a written satisfaction guarantee starting as low as $17.99. Located in Everett, Marysville, Mount Vernon, Bellingham, Monroe, and Wenatchee, you'll find our staff is well-trained in batteries and the latest charging technology. Pacific Power Batteries, with batteries for golfers.
Every summer, homeowners wait too long to find a house painter. All Covered Painting is accepting a limited number of exterior projects this season. Ask about a designer-led complimentary color consultation. Get your free estimate at allcoveredpainting.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to carsforkids.org. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS. Donation is super easy and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
Hey, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. You know our customers have a lot of fun with trying to figure out new and creative ways to use closeout bifold blanks to fill their needs. They can also be used as small double door units, access doors that are pre-hung, and even bypass doors. And with thousands of closeout bifold blanks in stock in Marysville and at our bargain barn, you can put your creative DIY mind to work. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Looking for a new Mazda? Check out Mazda of Everett during the More to Move You sales event. As the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, they have over 700 new Mazdas in stock and are known for always offering the Mazda of Everett price. Awarded Mazda's President's Award 13 years in a row and ranked among the top 20 Mazda dealers in the USA for customer service. Shop at 11409 Highway 99 in Everett or MazdaofEverett.com. Dealer awards and rankings based on Mazda USA reporting and data.
Cool cars, cool people, good times. It's the Good Guys 38th Griot's Garage Pacific Northwest Nationals, a giant car show featuring over 3,000 of the Northwest's finest hot rods, muscle cars, classic trucks, and more. Enjoy live music, a free family fun zone featuring the Auto World model car make and take, and earth-shaking Nitro Thunderfest and more. Happening all this weekend at the Washington State Fair Event Center in Puyallup. Details at good-guys.com.
That refresh you've been putting off until the right deal came along? It's here! Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale is happening now, so you can finally get the style you've been waiting for less. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We've been talking about a lot about the Mariners trying to trade Luis Castillo, but what if the Mariners make a trade involving another arm? That's the latest from an MLB trade deadline report from Ken Rosenthal. This is what he wrote. I'm just going to read it verbatim, and then we'll dive into how we feel about the trade, and we've got some interesting sound from Buster Olney. In their search for a right-handed hitter, says Rosenthal, the Mariners are telling teams they're open to moving righty Emerson Hancock. He says Castillo at 33 is owed the balance of $22.7 million this season, plus another $22.7 million next season in the final guaranteed year of his contract. So he says, look, a team's going to be reluctant to take that on, especially if there's a lockout next year, so you're paying that guy a ton of money to do nothing. Meanwhile, 27-year-old Hancock is more affordable and controllable for 4 additional seasons through 2030. He's also enjoying a breakout campaign. While teams don't necessarily view Emerson as a top-of-the-rotation type, a quality major league starting pitcher under long-term control should hold considerable value heading into the August 3rd trade deadline. Now, how would you feel, Bump, about dealing Emerson Hancock, who has been, if not your best right now, we can all say most consistent arm all year long? How do you feel about dealing him?
For what, though?
Offensive help.
You know, yeah. Who? I would like to see.
So he throws on in the rest of this, like, let's say the Cubs are a potential partner. It would be one of, like, Seiya Suzuki or someone. So someone that would help your offense legitimately.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm for it. I think it makes sense too. Castillo's like 33, I think he is. He's old, $22 million and like another 27 or something like that. And he ain't been playing his best ball. And I think you might have just read it too. With the lockout coming up, people don't want to take on those big contracts, right? Well, possible lockout.
I know. I always have to do this. Like, you never know.
Yeah. It makes sense. And I feel like with Cade doing his thing down at the in the minors right now, a couple other arms, a couple other prospects, it makes sense. I would hate to see Emerson go, but if it makes this team better, then most definitely. Of course, you will want to try to get Castillo out there. But it makes sense why teams don't really want to touch that. You got a young guy, you got control, he's cheap.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see this going down.
I know that in an ideal world, you want to deal someone who's not necessarily working for you. I know Castillo has been a little bit better of late, but overall this season is not what he has been for you. And then get something back that helps you. But the reality is that that's just not. How does it help another team to take on Luis Castillo and then give you a good bat in return? It doesn't. So how do you win a trade while also allowing another team to win a trade? It's probably not going to involve Luis Castillo.
No.
So does it involve Kirby? I don't know. Does it involve Logan? Oh, I don't know. I mean, with Emerson, he's been absolutely unreal this year, and it's such a breakout campaign. But, like, if I were to tell you guys in April this team was dealing Emerson Hancock, you'd be like, all right, well, I guess we'll see how we get by without Bryce Miller, but okay. And trading starting pitching has been something that Justin Hollander very openly has been against doing. But this is, I wonder, a front office that might see an opportunity here. Bump, what I feared is that they'd be a front office that felt like, look, it's not happening this year. They're underperforming. They're just stinking it up. It's just not our year. And I was like, God, I really hope that they don't approach the trade deadline that way with a look ahead to next year. Because while there might be a fan out there that feels that way, I'm sorry, but I think it's a pathetic excuse. And quitting is always a pathetic excuse when you're the only team that hasn't been to a World Series. This doesn't feel like a report about a front office that's quitting. This feels like a report about a front office that's willing to be more aggressive than we thought.
We had a conversation. I think Brock and Salk had a conversation when Dooley was in it too about sense of urgency. And it's like it's hard to show sense of urgency on the field, especially when you're playing baseball. But you can show it a move like this. Like, this is a sense of urgency move if it were to go down. This shows your fan base and your team we're willing to do whatever it takes to make you guys better, and it shows that you believe in what's going down. We can look at the stats and look at the record and say, well, this is a mediocre team. Why would you do that? Because everybody and their mama is mediocre this year. No one's really performing at a high level in this division, in this league. So how do you separate yourself? You make moves like this. So I would be for it. I hate to see young talent go because I love Hancock, but I also know that the window for this team to win a championship is now and maybe next year.
And that's the thing. It has to always be right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the Mariners, long before Jerry was here, but including when Jerry was here, have long lost the excuse of, like, looking ahead to, like, building some kind of window in the future. That window's never been here. You don't have that as an excuse you can ever say. There's never been a point in the existence of this franchise when you have proven that this group of talent that we were curating pays off with a World Series appearance. That's never happened for you. So, to me, it's always worth it to try to win with the group you have right now. And I'm not saying sell your entire farm for, like, a random outfielder right now. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't make it that simple. What I'm saying is, even though you're playing a mind-numbingly awful type of offense right now, the American League is horrible. You are fighting for first place, literally first place in your division this weekend, and the trade deadline is still in front of you. And I don't know that this team has their eyes on selling. At least they won't unless something really bad happens. This is what Buster Olney had to say.
No, I guess the answer would be no, unless they totally collapse. Right. But here's the thing. I mean, what we're seeing in the American League, this is obviously a big series coming up against the Rangers. But do I think, given how these two teams have performed, that, this could be the crossroads series for either one of the clubs? No, I don't, because, all year it has felt like the Seattle Mariners are the sleeping giants of baseball, and especially the really mediocre American League. And you keep on waiting and waiting and waiting for them to take off So I don't think that, the next 10 days would be, significantly consequential for the Mariners unless they just absolutely went on a 10-game loss bender.
They'd have to look absolutely abysmal for this team to start looking ahead to selling or to be out of it. So long as they're staying competitive, and I hear a rumor like this from Ken Rosenthal, I'm going to wonder if it's something they do. And again, I know we can all complain about it being 100-plus games into the season and they haven't taken off yet. No one else is really either.
No. It's
So-
your products of your environment.
I don't know, man. Do something.
We're all just staying afloat, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to get loose.
Yeah.
And this move would tell everyone we are in this thing. We're trying to get it done this year.
All right. Well, we have questions about the trade deadline, about this rotation and what it would look like if they had to lose an arm at the deadline. Plus, obviously, a look ahead to this series with Mariners analyst Rowland-Smith. He joins us in a little over 30 minutes, taking a look around the NFL at noon, and then jumping back to Seahawks at 1 with John Boyle. Quickly, let's go around the diamond. The Mariners begin a huge 4-game series against the Rangers tonight in Arlington. Pregame at 4 p.m. First pitch at 5:05 p.m. on Seattle Sports. Bryce Miller gets the start. That's Around the Diamond, brought to you by Klein Jewelers Edmonds.
Jeff Passan, every Tuesday morning at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
The problem that I'm seeing right now, Brock, is the absolute mediocrity of the American League has a chance to completely upend our expectations of what a trade deadline looks like. That because the standings are so flat in the American League, this could be a molasses slow deadline.
Get more on the Seattle Sports YouTube page and the Seattle Sports app.
Klein Jewelers is all about celebrating big anniversaries. What's a big anniversary? Year 1, year 5, year 25. If you forgot about it, you'll find out just how big it is. No matter the year, Klein Jewelers is here to help you celebrate with something beautiful. Maybe it's a 3-stone ring that honors your past, present, and future. Maybe it's a new band to stack or the diamond upgrade you've been dreaming about. And while we love anniversaries, we're here for all life's special moments too. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Your jeweler for life.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cashback. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we provide top quality windows that are 25% more energy efficient, reduce noise by 50%, and stay clear with low maintenance glass. With Leak Armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
The biggest scuba sale in America ends tomorrow night at Underwater Sports in North Seattle. Incredible savings once each year for just one weekend. Don't miss the biggest scuba sale in America. Underwater Sports, 107th and Aurora Avenue North.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners open up a huge 4-game series against the Rangers tonight at 5:05 p.m. Bryce Miller gets the start. Opposite Texas's Mackenzie Gore. Pre-game show starts at 4 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Elsewhere in the AL West, the Astros taking on the White Sox, the latter of whom just finished a series against the Rangers. First pitch there at 4:40.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Taking a look around the NFL, and we are starting here. Some potentially great news for the Seahawks. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo says Zach Charbonnet's ACL rehab is going extremely well.
Everybody that I've talked to says that this rehab is going extremely well. You look at the timeline, right? In January, you start to think, a lot of times these tend to be close to a calendar year. Well, that's not going to work if he's going to play in the regular season. And they're not pushing him too hard. But being on the physically unable to perform list, which we did expect, potentially leaves him out through the first 4 weeks of the season. You stay on that, and then you come back anytime after that. And I don't think it's going to be far beyond that if that winds up being the case for him. And plus, he can even start practicing before that 4-week window is up as well.
That's big, big, big. I mean, like he said, usually it's going to be about a 1-year recovery timeline. You tear your ACL when the postseason starts. Well, now you're looking at not having Zach Charbonnet all year long. Not long after the 4 weeks required when you start the season on PUP list, you're only in, week, let's say, even if you're in week 6, 7, there's a good chunk of games left to play.
Yeah, that's great news. That just means that he's been doing exactly what he's supposed to do. And that's the tough part with this is people don't understand a lot of times these guys are just sitting around, right? And you can get out of shape quickly. So then when you're able to move, the recovery is going to be that much harder. But Charbonnet seems like a disciplined kind of guy. And he's a young buck, too. So big ups. Keep healing.
Next up, former NFL quarterback and current CBS NFL analyst Tony Romo was arrested in Milwaukee last night for operating while intoxicated. So this was from Fox News 6. He was taken into custody after performing poorly on a standard field sobriety test. He's since been released and is due back in court on Monday, September 21st. Quite a long ways from now, by the way. Let me just say. Presumably going to be like on broadcast. and hanging out.
It's during football season too, man.
During football season.
Yeah.
There's not much else here other than that. So, I mean, again, was briefly booked. There is a mugshot. He looks happy. He's wearing yellow, which is actually a great color for him. And it was for operating while intoxicated. I didn't realize that was an offense. Driving under. No, I thought it was driving. I've never heard operating OWI. I've never heard that before.
I've heard it before.
Really?
Yeah, Romo definitely was doing something.
I mean, how can you look at his mugshot?
Yeah, his eyes in that mugshot.
He's just smiling.
My man.
He's having a good time.
He was out with the boys earlier,
He said it's summertime.
Having a few drinks.
He looks a little sun-kissed.
A little sun-kissed.
Yeah.
Drive safe. No, I didn't know OWI was a thing.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Well, I didn't know OWI was a thing.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what
was his car parked, maybe?
So maybe if you're just there. Well, hang on.
I know it is illegal even if you're parked.
But what if you're like sobering up? You're like parked and you're just sitting in your car.
Sit in
the passenger seat, yeah.
Really?
Sit in the back seat.
Oh, I didn't know
sit in the
that. I was going to
driver's
say
seat.
you shouldn't be arrested for intentionally not driving while you're intoxicated. First of all, don't get behind a wheel at all. I guess if you're intoxicated is the message that I should be sending out there.
I don't know if it exists post-playing days, but I know that the NFLPA has a driver program where if you dial a number, you can get an Uber home no matter where you're at.
When I was with the Hawks, they gave us a little card, and they said, hey.
And it's free. It's paid for.
I was going to say, even if you're not a former player, with how ubiquitous Uber, Lyft, any kind of driver service is now, like there's never an excuse. You could pick up your phone and get a ride.
It's OWI just because of where it is. That's what they call it there.
Oh, okay. Someone said maybe it was a golf cart.
Christian says he might have had too many funky sticks.
Funky sticks.
Oh!
Stay away from those funky. I mean, do your thing if you
Matt,
want to.
do we
Just
still
don't
have the
drive.
cut of Bump trying to explain funky sticks? We did not understand what it was you were talking about.
Hey, but now you love it.
Well,
Funky
now
sticks.
it's hilarious, but I'd never heard anyone say funky
I
sticks.
just don't know what I can say on air, you know? I get yelled at, and get called into the office,
telling you.
Get fined.
Funky sticks. Matt, did you find it? Let's go. Got
He's still looking.
Oh, okay. Just interrupt me and play it once you have it. In a closed season ticket holder event, newest Ram Myles Garrett says there's one team he's looking forward to facing above all. You're not going to guess this. It's the Seahawks.
I want the champ.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's how ballers are supposed to be. You want to play against the best. That's what I remember. What Gray Zabel said. He goes, "I hate the Rams, but I love them too because I like playing against the best." Oh yeah, Miles, you want the champs? You're gonna get the champs twice.
Yeah, maybe
Minimum.
3 times.
Yeah.
Minimum, maybe 3 times. Staying in the NFC West, George Kittle continues to sound fed up with where things are between Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers. Kittle spoke to Chris Sims about how things got so bad between the two sides.
I feel like I know basically everything that's happened and what's gone on, and I can't share all of that because it's not my business to share or tell.
Yeah.
But I just want to let you know that I feel like the Niners have done a very good job throughout the entire process and have tried. Kyle has tried. John has tried.
Yes.
Teammates have tried. And this is where we are. And
Yeah.
so I think the
that's all you're
organization
gonna say.
itself,
Yeah.
I think the organization itself has done a really good job. And like I said, I know plenty of things. And I don't ever want to single out a player. I don't ever want to point a finger at anybody. But I've been here for 10 years and I've been treated with nothing but respect and love my entire career. I feel like I've done it the right way as long as I can.
I know that George Kittle's trying to be a good teammate, and he can't come out and just say, like, Brandon Ayuk is handling this in the worst possible way, but we can. We can be from afar. We're not Brandon's friends. I don't know why his friends aren't intervening.
Sometimes you have a friend that you just can't do nothing with.
Well, he's losing himself millions.
Like I had a friend growing up, and if he believed in something, it's not even worth going back and forth
Because of the
with him.
funky sticks?
Because no, he wasn't on the funky sticks. He just believed, and that's what Brandon Ayuk is. When you listen to him talk in his Instagrams or posts or whatever, and you read his stuff, he just sounds like a stubborn dude. He sounds real stubborn. And those guys, you don't waste your energy on. And if I'm George Kittle, then I would probably feel the same way. You can hear it in his voice.
Matt, you found the funky sticks.
Those funky sticks were banned across the country.
Funky sticks.
Silly sticks, you know? Not cigarettes, but the other stuff. I don't know if we can say it on air, but the other stuff was banned across the country. Sure.
You talk about marijuana cigarettes? Curtis, weed?
Why'd you get real? You got a real old white lady in that one. You talking about marijuana cigarettes?
Kittle also shared advice he received from Richard Sherman on how to handle contract talks.
Contract negotiations are always hard for everybody.
Yeah.
And you just try your best to not be sensitive about it. But I will say, Richard Sherman gave me advice back in the day when I was going through my first contract negotiation. It was, contracts are like braces. They hurt and they suck the entire time. And then once you get your braces off and you get paid, you don't even remember having them. And it's a great time. That's kind of the mindset you have to have. And if you get offended by something, you hold on to it. That's kind of on you, because everybody goes through contract negotiations and they're all difficult.
I think I can tell how George Kittle feels about Brandon Ayuk without him saying it.
Yeah.
If you get offended by what comes out during contract negotiations, that's on you, because ultimately you're going to get paid no matter what.
Because when you sit down with these teams and have these negotiations, they're going to try to get the upper hand. They're going to talk about, hey, man, but on the right side of the field, you haven't really been performing.
Right.
And compared to this guy across the league, that's what negotiations are for. And you know what? That's why I have an agent, because I don't want everybody talking about me like that. Hey, go handle that for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for players who negotiate it themselves, I'm sure it is easy to take some stuff personally. But Brandon Ayuk, you're not the first person ever to have your team sound as though they don't need you. I don't know. He needs friends. I'll stand by that. He needs someone
some real
who's
friends.
there. He needs real friends that are like, yo, put down the phone. What are you doing? All right. Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us at 12:30. Headline rewrites coming your way next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob.
Cole Young, he just comes up clutch.
Afternoons 2 to 7.
Game's on the line. Say you're tied, 2 outs. Who do you want up at the plate right now? At this very moment after 100 games, who do you trust the most up there? For a young guy in his first full season, he's had some big moments already.
Cole Young's only 22, so it's really exciting for the future.
And by the way, the only player on this roster to play every single game.
Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
It's summertime and the living is easy. If you're like me, you're spending nights on the patio listening to the game and enjoying what makes our area so beautiful. Dave Wyman here, and I have just the offer for you to get the most out of your outdoor living space. $500 off each window, $750 off patio and entry doors, and $200 off the final project. I've loved working with Harley Exteriors. They're a local company right here in Bothell, down-to-earth people who enjoy the same things we all do, rooting on our local teams and doing the best job we possibly can day in and day out. Use Harley Exteriors to complete your home space and receive 12 or 18-month promotional financing.
Qualified buyers only. Subject to credit approval and lender terms. Minimum purchase of 4 qualifying windows required. Windows must be 36 by 36 inches or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to approved credit. Offers cannot be combined with other promotions. Offer expires July 31st, 2026.
Go to HarleyExteriors.com.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Emerald Queen Casino Event Center presents the main event, powered by WFC, Saturday night, August 8th. A night of professional boxing, where champions are made and every punch counts. Contenders from the region go toe-to-toe, ready to prove they belong at the top. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss Fight Night, August 8th at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Look, I need to be real with you for a second. At Seattle Children's Hospital, 1 in 3 patient families cannot afford the food their kids need to heal. Think about that. A child recovering from surgery, learning to walk again, and the family is struggling to put food, nutritious food, on the table. That's why Safeway and Seahawks, Jackson Smith and Jigba are launching the Food First Project, a multi-year initiative to fight pediatric food insecurity right here in our community. This is not someday maybe talk. This is grocery cards, produce vouchers, and food as medicine programs going directly to families the moment the need is identified. No barriers, no red tape, just help right now. They're funding vitamin D screenings, nutrition support for student athletes, rehabilitation feeding tools, and meals for hundreds of families staying inpatient at the hospital. I love what Safeway and Seattle Children's are doing, making a real difference where it matters most. JSN showing up. Now it's our turn, 12s. Put food first. Learn more at Safeway.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Rev up for the biggest weekend of the summer. LeMay, America's Car Museum, presents Super Summer Weekend, and it's mostly free. Tons of events highlighted by this Friday night. Disney and Pixar's Cars Under the Stars drive-in movie. Then Saturday, Carson Coffee Show with Family Steam Day, featuring Super Highway 71's incredible custom-built car tracks, live demos, and hands-on fun for all ages. Don't miss it. One epic weekend. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
America's favorite car show returns to Puyallup. Cruise on out for the Good Guys 38th Griot's Garage Pacific Northwest National. 3 huge days with over 3,000 classics from across the country. Check out the indoor car show and special areas. Vendor Midway Automotive Swap Meet, live music, Saturday night twilight cruising, and more. All this weekend at the Washington State Fair Event Center. Details at good-guys.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump Stacy.
Headline number 1, LeBron James will be signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. What's the real headline?
One thing we do know is Philly fans will handle this well if it backfires.
He gone. Thank you.
You're so glad not to have Braun
I
there.
am, man. I will be bad for a few years. That's all good.
And it's worth it just to not have Braun there?
You know what? I've been blessed to see my team win 5 championships.
Wow. You're forgetting the in-season tournament. Yeah.
Or so 7. Then.
Yeah, 7.
And if that means we got to take a step back to go forward, then we will do it. LeBron, thank you for your time and your services. I think I wasn't expecting him to go to Philly, but I think that's a good move for him with Jaylen Brown over there as well. Philly looks good, man. They got Maxey, they got BJ, they got Joel.
Why Philly over Miami? Miami was the betting favorite, by the way.
Philly's more ready to go. I think Miami's got some work to do. They do have Giannis over there, obviously, and I think they're hoping that would entice LeBron to go over there. Tyler Hero's still there. They have Wiggins and Adebayo. They're not a bad team.
Oh, they got. Imagine, Curtis, can you imagine Bam Adebayo and Braun? Bam and Braun on the same squad?
The 2 greatest scorers of our generation.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Not taking the bait.
That would have been unreal.
Not taking the bait.
What bait?
Friday, I'm in a good mood.
LeBron would have been like, teach me to score 84 points.
Teach me to do what you do, Bam.
Teach me your ways.
Wow.
That's
that would have been incredible.
Right for him. Would have been awesome.
Yeah. No, instead he goes to Philly. LeBron posted, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at that last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game. I still truly love this game, and I have more to give. He ends that by saying, I believe I can help make the 76ers a championship team, and I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time.
Good for you, Bron. Go get it.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Seahawks veterans report for training camp today and hit the practice field for the first time tomorrow. What's the real headline?
Hope Bump enjoyed his offseason. It's all over for you now, Bump.
It's a wrap.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, what do you mean, see ya?
Actually, I'll see you more than anybody.
Yeah.
You're going to be working 7 days a week. And once college football starts up, 8 days a week. That's crazy. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Me neither. Yeah, I finally realized when, grown-ups, when I was a kid, grown-ups would say, not enough time in a day, enough hours in a day.
Now you get it.
I totally get it now. I'm like, yep. I wish days were like 36 hours.
You ever think about the energy you used to have to do things, and you're like, that's just crazy.
Everything has to be so planned out now. I can't just get up and go the way I used to.
I just used to, I've never been a partier, but I was thinking the other day, because I'm getting dinner with friends tonight, and we're going at a reasonable start time of 7:40 p.m. or 7:45 p.m. And I remember thinking, I went to college with all these people, so we grew up together. I was like, man, when we were 21, 22, you would be going out at 10.
We were pre-funking at 10.
That's what I'm saying. That's when the night starts, the very beginnings of it. And now I'm
Not these days.
That's simply past my bedtime.
10? Shoot. I'm already late up watching Netflix or something.
I call it, once we hit 4-digit times, I'm out.
4-digit times.
Once we hit 4-digit times, I'm done.
I feel you.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
9:59 is the latest you'll catch me out.
100%.
Once it's 10, that might as well be 2 in the morning.
Hey, every now and then I can go on a run. Every now and then.
Yeah.
But it jacks up the rest of my week.
Well, guess what? The rest of many of your weeks are about to have some crazy timing because the Seahawks are beginning training camp. We talked earlier about the 3 players we're keeping an eye on, the 3 storylines we have. How about the 1 player you're most excited to see?
The 1 player?
The 1 player.
I would go, it's either Dante Fowler, because I want to see what he does, and Bud Clark. I just want to see how he's used in this defense. And I want to see what Mike's going to do without Nick Morwari. I guess I answered with 3 things I'm looking at, honestly. Maybe 4. Rashid Shaheed, want to see what his routes look like. JSN, what have you added to your game? Sam Darnold, what kind of command do you have? Brian Fleury, what's his offense look like? There are a bunch of things, man. Hard Knocks, they got some stories to pull from.
I'm excited for Sam in a way that I wasn't last year. And that's not to say I wasn't very intrigued about a new quarterback being in Seattle, especially one who'd had such a successful resurgence of his career with Minnesota. But I think I'm totally bought into the idea that there's another level for Sam to be able to hit as a passer, and I'm wondering how soon we start to see that.
If he just didn't have those games against the Rams, 6 interceptions, then I think coming into the season, we'd be looking at him a bit different. But because against the division rivals, he's had those games, it sticks with him. So, yes, take care of the football. That's his next step. And force JSN the ball to start the season. I don't care. Make them stop him.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Cade Anderson's rise continues. He is now ranked as the top prospect in all of baseball, according to The Athletic. What's the real headline?
Suddenly that rumor about an Emerson Hancock deal makes sense. Oh, yeah. You got Cade Anderson waiting in the wings.
Yeah, I mean, pitching is one of the few positions in sports where you can just hop on a team and have an immediate impact as a young guy. So I'm excited for Cade. And we'll see what happens with Emerson. Castillo, we thought would be on the trading block because he hasn't performed well in the potential lockout and how much was he, $22 million. It just doesn't make sense for a team to really go after him. So you got to pivot. You have to adjust. And that's exactly what the Mariners seem like they're doing.
Going back to the LeBron story in a final minute here before we get to break and get Ryan on. Someone said LeBron would be the only player ever to win a ring with 4 teams, which wouldn't have worked if we went to Miami. It is a cool feat to be able to establish, but do you think that does it add to Bron's legacy to play for that many teams and win with that many teams, or take away from it? I know that sounds like a dumb question, but there are some people that maybe are a little more old school and like it when a guy just kind of like sticks through multiple contracts.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, we've seen KD do it. Harden's done it. Westbrook's done it. This is just this generation. This is how it goes. So no, it doesn't add or take away, in my opinion. He's just on a quest to get 5. He wants to get 5. You got to match Kobe and Magic. But switching teams, that's just how the game goes now.
Yeah. You think he'll do it?
You got a good shot. There's some young bulls in the West, though. OKC and Spurs ain't going nowhere.
That's really what he's worried about, is like once you get to a final, who's in your way. But again, I mentioned those betting odds earlier that the 76ers are now favored over the Knicks just by a hair to win the Eastern Conference.
I can see that.
You and Curtis felt like might have been a little disrespectful to the Knicks, but...
It is, but yeah, they deep over there. Got Jaylen Brown, too.
Yep. The Mariners' 50-season celebration weekend is kicking off August 7th, and Seattle Sports wants to send you and a friend to be part of the celebration. You'll get a chance to watch batting practice before gates open, and then stick around for the game and the Alumni Home Run Derby. Starring Ryan Rowland-Smith, by the way, who's joining us in a couple minutes. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app. If you don't already have the app, text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776. We will send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, July 27th. Ryan Rowland-Smith joins us next.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1.
Right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field tomorrow when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
And nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of the Super Bowl champs. Seattle Sports.
Long days call for lots of golf. Hey, it's Graz here, encouraging you to book a tee time between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. at your local premier course, like Bellevue, Bill Wright, Cedar Crest, Inner Bay, Jackson Park, Lake Padden, Legion Memorial, Linwood, and Walter Hall. In Western Washington, you know you're never far from a premier course. It accommodates all skill levels, and with affordable rates, you can book a tee time and truly enjoy the summer. If you're not in the mood for walking, play Top Tracer at the range at Inner Bay, Bill Wright, and Jackson Park. Play the courses. Play Premier.
If it's blocking your view, keeping your yard dark or shaded, or impossible to mow around, get rid of that tree or stump this summer with P&D Tree Service. They'll do it safely and quickly, cleaning up your yard in the process. P&D Tree turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. One tree or land clearing, they have the tools and expertise for the job. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever seen a tree removed by crane? PndTreeservice.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cashback. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Mariners and Rangers tonight in Texas. 5:05 first pitch, 4 o'clock pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and summer's here at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You can check out upcoming shows like the Pop 2000 Tour with Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC, O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, and LFO on August 1st, or relive the 80s with pop sensation Taylor Dane on September 6th. You can find tickets at snocasino.com and the full lineup, plus experience luxury with breathtaking Cascade views, world-class dining, and play your favorite games. Elevate your next getaway. That's Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
The way you met, the moment you knew, the future you're dreaming about together. At Klein Jewelers, we believe your engagement ring should be just as unique as the journey that brought you here. That's why we specialize in custom designed engagement rings, crafted to reflect your style, your story, and the life you're building together. Our experienced team will guide you every step of the way, because when you're creating a symbol of forever, every detail matters. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Your jeweler for life.
Les Schwab Tires has always believed that taking care of people is the right thing to do. Today, that means more than trusted service. It means delivering real value, too. That's why we're lowering prices on hundreds of tires without changing the service and expertise you've always counted on. Consumer Reports named Les Schwab the best tire retailer for 2026. We'll keep working every day to earn your trust. See leschwab.com for details.
When you order a ride from a rideshare company, do you know what you're getting? Big rideshare companies have been caught failing to protect passengers from dangerous drivers and not supporting drivers and passengers after an accident, all to protect their profits. That's why if you've been injured in a rideshare vehicle, you need Davis Law Group to protect you. Their in-house team of investigators and legal staff has a successful track record of taking on rideshare companies, and they've won millions. Visit DavisLawGroupSeattle.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
The Seahawks hit the field for their first practice of training camp tomorrow. Coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to be joined by Seahawks.com's John Boyle to talk about the players we're watching and the questions we've got heading into the first, I was going to say week of training camp, but I guess several weeks here. We're going to be out there live Monday. And if you're waiting for updates about the team from the first weekend, you can still find them at seattlesports.com. Cam and Zach are our excellent reporters, and they're going to have you guys covered along with Brent Stecker, our editor. So seattlesports.com, the Seattle Sports app, Seattle Sports on X or any of our other social channels. We're still going to have you guys covered for, let's say, Mike McDonald's 2:45 p.m. press conference, right? We're going to have updates on seattlesports.com for the injuries that we're waiting to hear about there. There are reports from Brady Henderson of ESPN that Nick Emenwari had surgery to help with that ankle and that's what we're watching for. But all of that info tomorrow at 2:45 from Mike McDonald. Right now, though, talking Mariners in a big series against the Rangers with Mariners analyst Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us now. Ryan, how's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're good. I have a lot of questions about this upcoming series against the Rangers. I'm going to start with a piece of news that we began the show with, and that was the firing of assistant hitting coach Bobby Magallanes. It's tough for me to point to someone like an assistant hitting coach and think that he was the cause of a problem or that firing him is a solution. But what do you think about the move and why the team did it?
Yeah, well, first of all, Bobby Magallanes, man, what a special guy. He really is. I had a really good relationship with him. He was great with me, and he understands hitting on a really deep level. I know he had a really good relationship with a lot of the players on a deeper level too, besides just, hey, let's get in the cage and tweak his swing, if that makes sense. He In regards to the psychological side of the game and also to approach, I know him and Kevin Seitzer are really close as well. So it's rough. It's always rough when you hear this news, right? Like, and I'm talking from a player's perspective. Like, I had coaches get let go who had special relationships with, and it's tough. And it's the morale, when you go into, especially when you're on the road at 2:00 in the afternoon, and you got to go, get on the road and go about your business and try and take care of the Texas Rangers. So the timing's never good, especially this late in the season. So, it's one of these ones where this happens when offensively it's been subpar, like it really has for the team. And, from team leadership in regards to Cal Raleigh, from a player's perspective, to, to the 26th man, to everyone, will be the first to tell you that. So it's nothing new. So that's kind of what happens. It's call it a shake-up, call it whatever you want. There's really, and so with all that being said, will it make a giant impact? No, it won't. And he was a really good guy. And look, Bobby Magallanes is going to be helping a lot of hitters in some other organization very soon, because you talk to any player, man, and most of them had a really good relationship. So really, really, really tough day when I heard that news yesterday.
You think it was a message being sent? Like, how do you think the clubhouse is receiving, or how they received the message that Bobby being fired?
It's tough because you're in a situation where twofold. One, like I said, you have a good relationship, a good rapport with the guy who you're confident to, be open with him. Like, Bump, you know how it goes. Sometimes you have a coach that you're not quite. You don't know what they're telling other people. Like, for example, you go in, you're struggling with something, you feel a little insecure about talking about it. But on the flip side, like, it's that one coach, like, oh, man, I don't want to give him too much information because this could, go up, or whatever it would be. As crazy as that sounds, that's kind of the way it goes. And I think with Mags, like, a lot of these guys, like I said, I've talked to a lot of them, they have a really good rapport and relationship with him and Kevin Seitzer and Edgar Martinez. And so the clubhouse, honestly, it's one of these ones from, if you want to look at it from a productive standpoint in any way, shape, or form, kind of it stops and says, all right, man, is this just the start of this shakeup? And so you look in the mirror and it hits you hard. I mean, and look, I'll say this too. Look at the Phillies. Look at the Red Sox. Lose their manager, who really well respected, staff members, people who look like who organizationally wide. Look at the Mets. These are people and coaches and staff members that everyone had respect for. And so it's tough. So it does it can make you look in the mirror and step it up a little bit if there's any productivity. But from inside that clubhouse, man, it's never a good day because you look at each other in the eye and just go, man, this is on us.
I'm sure that the Mariners players, especially the biggest stars, have probably understood for some time now, like, man, I need to be better. That goes for Cal, for Josh, for Julio, for a bunch of those guys. I was struck by, on the broadcast, you telling Goldie and Angie during a break, and this was on Monday's game when Cal hit the grand slam, and you just talking about, like, hey, when your big guys have big plays, it means a lot for the whole club. And you mentioned that even the other day when he advanced a runner on a fly ball, that you went into the dugout and people were like, good swing or whatever. Can you just talk about, being in the dugout, some of what you've observed in terms of, I don't want to say just encouraging signs, but maybe like where the mentality of these guys are right now?
Yeah, so with that, and what I was referring to is just because I was sitting right next to the dugout, so I was paying attention to the teammates. When Cal hit that ball, he hit it hard. And by the way, the wind knocked that ball down. I'm talking about I think it was the first game of the series, and it was pushed the runner over. Big deal, right? Like, when I say big deal, I'm talking. It wasn't like he hit a grand slam like he did later on, obviously. But I watched the dugout, and they're watching the flight of the ball. I was watching the flight of the ball too, turned into the dugout, and they're all like their shoulders dropped. And they're like, it was like they were feeling Cal's frustration because it's like, man, he crushed that. Wind knocked it down, and here he is coming back in the dugout. Now he pushed the runner over. That's not why they were high-fiving him. And when they were high-fiving him, it was like, good job pushing the runner over. They're like, hey, man, good swing. To just the message and just kind of, to give that message to say, hey, man, you're right there. And the reason I brought that up on the broadcast is because, look, if you're any kind of hitter that, is really talented or, has a good, has some to your name, and you're not a guy who makes a big impact off the field in the clubhouse in the locker room, guys will give you a high five and say, yeah, hey, good job, give you the half-hearted high five, hey, good job pushing the runner over, right? And go on with their business, even if you're struggling. It was not the case with Cal, because they all know what he's going through, and they all know what he means to that clubhouse, and they all have, one-on-one personal individual relationship with him too. And so I needed to say something, because I was watching, going, man, it's just, from my experience, when I watch a guy who everyone has their back and everyone has a ton of respect for, and everyone has a personal friend relationship with someone who they're watching go through the struggles, I see that, because I see everyone's like, hey, man, you got this, you got this, you got this. And that's kind of what it was. So it just spoke volumes to me when I was right next to the dugout, because, again, on the surface, as we're watching this and everyone's like, oh, the Mariners aren't hitting, and fire this person, fire that person, and they need to do this and need to do that. That's all well and good, man. But when you're inside when you're in the trenches with those guys, right, I'm telling you, you are going through it, man, especially when it's a sport where you play every single day. Every 4 days you got to pick up, get on that bus, get on that plane, go to another city, and face really tough pitching day in and day out. And they're all feeling it, but, man, they're feeling it for Cal, because they have so much respect and what he means to that clubhouse.
Hey, Ryan, what have you seen or heard about Cade? It sounds like he's close. We might see him soon. What are your thoughts on his game, and when do you think we'll see him?
Yeah, I just think with him, it's going to be interesting, right? If this team is in it and it's a situation where depending on what they do, at the trade deadline, they could look at him. And I think the best case scenario is this team's in it and you keep rotation the way it goes. Because it's not going to be, look, people have asked me about the trade deadline a lot. Yes, the Mariners potentially could give up on a starting pitch, not give up on a starting pitch, but use a starting pitcher as a trade chip to go and bolster for 2026. No starter you're going to give up really no move you're going to make really is looking to bolster for 2027, 2028. Now, best case scenario, you have a situation where the Mariners are in the hunt, which they will be. Then Cade could potentially come up, maybe fill a spot in the bullpen. I don't know what kind of impact, because you already got, certain guys who are that one-inning guy. But you don't want a situation where you see Cade Anderson in August, September. Why? Because that would, looking at this, like it's 50-50 on if they're pushing for it or not in regards to the playoffs. You don't want that. That would not be good. I want him to come up. I want Cade Anderson to come up in the best case scenario, 2027, when an injury happens potentially in the month of May or the month of June, July, and just go on a tear. And that's how I want him to start his career. And the reason I say that, Bump, is because the Mariners have been fortunate enough to be in the hunt the last couple of years. And when you have a young player, and I've been in this too, if you have a young player getting called up because the team's in a rebuild or the team's out of it, it is night and day different, that experience, to coming up into the big leagues when the team is in the hunt. There is so much more value to bringing, if you can, because not all teams can do this, if you can bring a young prospect or someone who's going to make an impact, if you can bring them up in that environment, man, such a launching pad for their career, as opposed to someone who comes up and it's just a rebuild, and because the culture is completely night and day different. That's just the way it goes. And by the way, this team, speaking of everything we're about to see, and Dan Wilson says everything's in front of them, a lot of these guys came up in that pressure cooker, and a lot of them came up when the games actually counted, as opposed to coming up in a quote-unquote rebuild and get your feet wet and take you time, hopefully, for the future. No. You want those young players coming up when they're in a pressure cooker, because, man, it makes such a difference to their career.
Hey, I was listening to Mike Salk talk about what he saw from this series, and I appreciated how he framed it, which is like, it's disappointing because they dropped 2 to the Reds, and they had lots of opportunities to get this done. On the other hand, there were some things where he felt like, oh, I liked seeing that. Other things where it was like, oh, the Reds had some good defense here, and that there were some things that he was taking going, I'm curious to see what they do here against the Rangers. Is that how you saw this series? Were there some things that you thought, you might be able to build on this, or was it all bad? I don't know. Tell me about your perspective.
Disappointing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, it was disappointing. You went 3-3. You're coming out of the break. You had a really rough time going into the break. You're trying to launch out of that, that first meeting Dan Wilson has as you come back out for the second half, and you're trying to have that big half and everything else. You got Julio Rodriguez, who had to miss a day because hamstring, but he came in and played, so that's all good right there. You've got J.P. Crawford now all of a sudden with a wrist issue. So you're all of a sudden banged up a little bit again. And you're in a situation where you just went 3-3 against a team. And we've said this a million times, man. Can you find ways 7 out of 10 times, 6 out of 10 times, when you've got a bullpen that doesn't throw strikes, you need to put them on the ropes. That's what good teams do offensively. And you just wanted to see that before they get on a plane and go play a big series against the Texas Rangers and feel good about where they're at in regards to putting pressure on pitchers and bullpens or parts of teams that they should be. So that was lacking, if I'm being honest with you. Not to mention, you come out of this. Now, I'm not saying that if they swept their homestand that things would have been different with Mags, who we talked about in the beginning of the conversation. But you've coming off 3-3. There was times where you had some crucial at-bats, and Cal Raleigh had a couple of them where he struck out when you really need him to step up. Now you got to get on a plane. You just lost your hitting coach, who everyone respects a ton, and then you're going into Texas. So to be honest with you, after the off day, man, it was rough looking back in hindsight in regards to what that series meant.
You are our Mariners expert, and we love having you on, but I couldn't wait to ask you this question. How many bombs you're going to hit this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
How many bombs?
Well, hey guys, I get to hit on Monday at 4:00 at T-Mobile. I'm so excited. I want to see, because I've been hitting in the cage. I've been doing some tee work and some stuff into nets, just trying to get everything kind of ironed out and just trying to get bumped. Basically, what I'm trying to do is see how much bat speed I can generate and how I do it with a 43-year-old rig that's hanging out with these kids at my camps at the moment. These next gen baseball camps. I'm standing in the middle of a field in Bellevue with a bunch of kids, and I'm trying to take some cuts, around coaching them. And so I'm like, okay, how do I generate as much bat speed as possible? I will find out on Monday. So to give you an answer, if I get one, great. If I don't get one, I'm going to be so disappointed, guys. I can't tell you. I might just crawl into a hole and just not speak to anyone ever again.
Have you thought about which excuse you're going to use? If you know what I mean? Because if I'm you, and I'm like, if this practice goes great and I'm feeling good, I'm not saying anything. If it goes bad, I might start dropping hints that like I'm under the weather. Or have you started thinking about like, what's my backup here?
Well, Stacey, so I raced these kids. I did like a little sprint, like a race. And I'm running my left knee's kind of been pretty bad for a couple of years. And I pretty much ran 100% max effort. And someone said, hey, man, you got to chill out. Watch yourself before that home run derby. I said, hey, this might be the best excuse ever. If I blow a knee out right here, I might be off the hook.
Or if you hit even one, they're going to be like, I can't believe you hit a home run on a bad knee.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, like, wow, what a supreme athlete. No, listen, no excuses, none of that. You know what? I'm going to rock up. If I don't hit a home run and Goldsmith wants to wear me out, or you guys want to wear me out,
never.
Have at it. No, have at it. Just let me have it. I don't care, because I need that. None of this. I'm not going to come in and go, oh yeah, well, if I wasn't this or that, I'm not doing any of that. That'll set a bad example for everyone. Wear me out if I don't hit a home run. There you go.
We have all the belief in the world. All the belief in the world.
Guys.
He is Mariners analyst
Let's
Ryan
go, baby.
Rowland-Smith.
Let's get it.
Thanks, Ryan.
Let's do it. See you guys. Thanks.
All right, reacting to a bit of what we learned from Ryan before we get to John Boyle joining us at 1. We'll take a step back and kind of look at everything we learned. I'll start by our first question to him, which is about what message it sent or what the firing of Bobby Magallanes meant. And he made it very clear, like, this is a guy who was not just well-liked by Ryan, had a good relationship with people covering the team, but very well-liked by the players. You said it earlier, Bump. This feels like a message-sending move as opposed to something to solve anything. I don't think a single person thinks Bobby was a problem.
No, man, he was the sacrificial lamb, and
it's not fair.
It's not fair, but something needed to be done to grab these guys' attention, and this is what it was. My thing is, how is the clubhouse going to respond, and can they do it in a big way? Can they, like, band together? You know, like when my kids – I love when my kids all are mad at me at the same time. Like, yeah, you two band together against me, okay? Bring your relationship closer. All right, that's what I want these dudes to do.
Bonding?
Like, the bonding. Like, man, Dad's tripping. Yeah, Dad's tripping. Y'all go think about this together, okay? Dad's tripping. But it's business, though. This is professional sports. If you're not performing, the team ain't performing, then management is going to do something to try to either grab your attention or let you know anybody can get it. You're human out here. But you said it before, like, they're not going to fire Dan. They're not going to do anything crazy, but a little. I don't even want to disrespect say a little move like this, but just a little jolt to get their attention. I think could be good.
Can I ask us, including Curtis, a question that I didn't ask Ryan because it's just a lot to ask Ryan when we don't have a lot of time? I think that it's possible that the Mariners were just overrated a bit heading into the season because of the hype of last year, because of the run they went on, but like that overall they had enough proven talent to warrant being favorites in the division. I don't think that part of it was overrated. I think with where the Astros are, with where the Rangers had been, with the A's and the Angels, it made sense that the Mariners and their talent and their health and everything felt like a first place team. Why has the offense been so atrocious all year long? Like if this is who they are, and like if they're 100+ games into the season, this is who they are. Why? Because this is worse than they were last year.
Well, I think the biggest reason why is, the reason why they're not slugging and the reason why they're just not where they're at, I think, is Cal Raleigh. I think that's the biggest reason why they're not where they were this time last year. But you look at all four of their biggest bats participated in the WBC this year, and Cal has been the worst of them. Josh Naylor has not been that good either. Julio has seen his power come and go. Randy's the only one that's been hitting consistently all this year.
Been great.
And, I mean, you hate to come up with an excuse that was, 4 months ago?
Makes sense.
It's had a massive impact, not just on the Mariners, but also with, like, darn near every team.
I don't think it's a coincidence that we've seen offense. If you look overall at, like, this year's league average compared to last year's league average, it's roughly the same. You wouldn't know based on like super basic numbers that there's been a decline in offense. But if you look at the stars that we are or are not talking about, you're seeing some notable names missing.
Yeah, it's been a weird year. But it's also weird, but I appreciate it because it just keeps everything competitive. You know, I know I would love for the Mariners to have a 5-6 game lead. Yes, for sure. But because they are struggling, I like that it's weird because it allows them to stay in the mix. But every year is different. And I want to say, unless you are a top spender in baseball, it's so hard to really predict what's going to happen, right? It's because guys are going to get banged up. Slumps are going to happen. Adjustments will be made. Nothing's guaranteed. I mean, what sport would you say is the one sport where you can almost every year pick out who, like, the last 4 teams are going to be?
I mean, I would say baseball, and usually I would go with the teams that are spending the least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's this is who this team is. They're a team that, because of their talent, good enough to go on a run and get you, but also not talented enough, or how am I going to say without disrespecting, or bad enough to go into these slumps as well.
Yeah.
This is where we live. This is the Mariners fan base right here.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating. It's deeply frustrating. I'm definitely not like forget it, season's done. Like, you're also living in the reality of what the American League is right now and what the American League West is right now. I mean, I don't know how many people were listening at 10:30 when we brought on Evan, who is covering the Rangers, Evan Grant, covering the Rangers for the Dallas Morning News. Did anyone think Evan sounded excited about covering the Rangers?
Heck no.
We said, Evan, what are the Rangers so good at? He said, they don't have an identity. That team's in first place. That team has a better record than you. They are above you in the standings. Evan sounded like he was tired of covering baseball. I mean, no disrespect to Evan. He was a wonderful guest. He had answers to all of our questions. But, Evan did not sound super high on this Rangers team.
He was frustrated.
This division is still, as frustrating as it is for the Mariners, the division's still very much there for them. are they actually going to take it? It's so frustrating to watch them do the same things over and over and over. That's what gets me. And I can't get too mad at, like, I am not upset that Cal strikes out a lot. That's who he was last year. That's who he was the year before. I am frustrated when you've got a chance to get on base and you swing at like a very clear ball or like something way outside the zone, and you're just making emotional swing decisions. That's when I get frustrated. I'm frustrated with defensive miscues. I'm frustrated with a lack of good body language and energy. I'm frustrated with a lack of public accountability for things. Like those are the things that frustrate me.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Swing and misses I can deal with a little bit because, sometimes you just get fooled. That pitch looked good for so long, then it dips on you last second. The things that get me are the fundamentals, right? The base running, the fielding, and all that good stuff. And then I just want these guys to have fun again. Like the most fun I've seen them have was the other day when Victor Robles was out there just having a ball.
Yeah.
Throwing guys out, talking to the bullpen. If there's a way to tap into that, I want them to, but it's also hard to do it when you're not performing at a high level, right? I would be frustrated if I coached a team and we're at practice and everyone's jolly and stuff, and I'm like, hey, we're 3-5.
For sure, sure.
But you still have to find a way to have fun and find that passion again, because when you do, that's when you perform your best.
Well, and someone's got to win it, man. Like, I get so tired of, like, if I see one more person be like, Stacey, you don't get it. They're just like, they're very average. They're very whatever. I don't think anyone is watching this team being like, no, you guys don't understand. They're so incredibly talented. They should be the number one team in the American League. No one's confused. Everyone can look at this team and look at the stats and go, oh, okay, so I think they were probably rated a bit too high heading into the season. But you also look at the track record that a lot of these players have and go, well, they should be better than this. And moreover, what's even more important than that is that a lot of other teams are very bad too. I'm not complaining about them not being the best team in baseball when I thought that they would be. That's not what this is. What I'm complaining about is that this division is like begging for anyone somewhat competent to take it.
I would say I don't think they were ranked too high, because what's preseason rankings is based off of what you did last year and what you have coming back. One game away from the World Series. They're just not performing to that level.
Yeah. So please do against the Rangers.
I beg you.
Beginning tonight, 5:05 p.m. first pitch. Bryce Miller gets the start against Mackenzie Gore. We are jumping to the Seahawks training camp. Kicks off tomorrow. Seahawks.com's John Boyle joins us next.
Jeff Passan, every Tuesday morning at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
The problem that I'm seeing right now, Brock, is the absolute mediocrity of the American League has a chance to completely upend our expectations of what a trade deadline looks like. That because the standings are so flat in the American League, this could be a molasses slow deadline.
Get more on the Seattle Sports YouTube page and the Seattle Sports app.
Emerald Queen Casino Event Center presents the main event, powered by WFC, Saturday night, August 8th. A night of professional boxing, where champions are made and every punch counts. Contenders from the region go toe-to-toe, ready to prove they belong at the top. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss Fight Night, August 8th at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change presents wisdom from the road.
Summer means wide open spaces and a whole lot of extra miles. The last place you want your engine to give out is halfway to nowhere. Out here, low oil or a weak battery is just an ambush waiting to happen. That's why every oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change includes an 18-point maintenance check. These techs are trained to help spot issues early and keep you riding easy. Change wisely.
A Wilt Chamberlain 1972 playoff game-worn jacket was recently bought for $3 at a Goodwill in Portland. You may not be sitting on a warm-up jacket worn by Wilt the Stilt, but there's serious value to your old gold, jewelry, watches, silver, and coins. Dave Wyman encouraging you to see what they're worth at Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Issaquah, Tacoma, and Linwood. They'll give you an honest, no-pressure assessment for free. See how much they're worth at Bellevue Rare Coins, and if the price is right, cash in.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafy, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. At Pella Windows and Doors, we pride ourselves on delivering top-quality windows and doors that enhance the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Our products are built to last with innovative designs and exceptional craftsmanship. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or install new doors, Pella has you covered.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
The biggest scuba sale in America ends tomorrow night at Underwater Sports in North Seattle. Clearance prices on masks, regulators, computers, fins, tanks, BCs, free photo and video seminars, free fitting, and incredible savings on a custom-fit dry suit. Big savings on advanced scuba classes. The 50th Annual Divers Fair at the North Seattle Underwater Sports Store, 107th and Aurora Avenue North. The biggest scuba sale in America ends tomorrow at 6 p.m.
All right, well, training camp is here. The team looks ready. They're in shape. It's clear the guys took the offseason seriously. And as they prepare to have all cylinders pumping on September 9th, can you make the changes in your life to be your best by that first game? Well, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can certainly help. And by help, I mean give you a proven plan to lose 30 to 40 pounds by the start of the season. And naturally, no pills, no injections, no side effects. People across Western Washington have lost a ton of weight and become a healthy and happy version of themselves with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Personally, I dropped 35 pounds in 8 weeks. That could be you before the end of the summer. And all it takes to start is a free 15-minute phone consultation. Find out if it's right for you. Schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Schedule it for when you're in the car, commuting to work, or just running errands, because the only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Do what I did. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, windows can be one of the best investments you can make to add value to your home. At Dunn Lumber, we have designated Milgard window specialists who have been trained by Milgard to best serve your needs. If you need help finding the right windows for your home, come by one of our 4 Dunn Lumber window showrooms. Or reach out to me personally, Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building success together.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners open a series against the Rangers tonight at 5:05 p.m. Bryce Miller on the mound. Pregame show starts at 4 p.m. CBS analyst Tony Romo was arrested last night in Milwaukee on suspicion of operating a vehicle while under the influence. He was released and has a court appearance set for September 21st. Elsewhere in the NFL, though this time on the field, Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett participated in Arizona's first training camp practice today. He's awaiting a new deal for the season.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Seahawks.com's John Boyle joining us now. John, how's it going?
Going great. Excited to get camp going tomorrow.
We started the show by talking about the 3 players we're going to have our eyes on. I won't tell you who we said because I want to know who you're watching. Who are, I'll just say one just to make it easy. Maybe one of the players you are most intrigued to watch once practice starts tomorrow.
I mean, I'm just going to be obvious, but probably Jadarian Price. I mean, not just because he's a first-round pick, but the opportunity there for him to, step into a big role right away. And then, look, there's certain positions you can see more out of. Like last year, Gray Zabel, everyone's excited about him, first-round pick, but you can't see a lot out of a guard early in camp. There's just, until the pads are on, there's only so much you can see. Like a running back, you see how he moves. You see how he's catching the ball. You kind of can get a taste of it. So I think that's probably the sort of the obvious choice for me.
Yeah, I picked. I went with Dante Fowler just because I don't know. I haven't seen him with this team. What do you think is one of the first things that a guy like Dante Fowler would feel or see? When he first enters Virginia Mason Athletic Center.
I'm sure he's probably kind of gotten the rundown from DeMarcus Lawrence, but I'm sure he knows he's coming into really a great situation in terms of the team, the culture, the line group that he's part of. I mean, they're so deep up front. Much like when they had DeMarcus Lawrence last year, like you're not bringing him in to be a guy that like has to play all the time, has to do everything. You want him to be part of a deep rotation, and he brings a lot of that explosiveness off the edge. He's also a really good run defender, so I think there's a lot he can do to help this team. We're
going to be waiting to get some injury updates and timelines, if possible, from Mike McDonald tomorrow when he speaks to you guys after practice around 2:45 or 3. I'm sure that Zach Charbonnet and Nick Emenwari will be right at the top of that list. But is there another player where you're kind of, have your eye out to see if he's able to get back out there and contribute?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of all the guys on the PUP list. Like those are the two big names. But, one guy that has an opportunity to really do something early, when he's healthy is Kenny McIntosh. He's a guy that 2 years ago, late in that 2024 season, he was coming on really strong and having a good finish this season. Then unfortunately he gets hurt and misses all of last year. And again, with Kenneth Walker moving on and with Zach Charbonnet probably being out for at least the start of the season, there's a real opportunity for everybody in that running back group.
What do you think who said it? I forgot. We talked about it, Boyle. The backup quarterback. There's a real competition for that number 2 job. I feel personally that Drew Lock is so far ahead that Milroe's going to have to do a lot to kind of grab that job. How do you see that position battle going?
Yeah, I think you're right. That look, Drew Lock's a guy that has started a lot of games. They have a lot of faith in him, and not that they want to have to play without Sam Darnold, but I think they would have felt pretty good about it had they had to at any point last year. Even in a playoff game with that oblique injury. But there's still a lot that they love about Jalen Milroe. He didn't get to show it during the season last year, but he did make progress during the season in practice that they liked, and presumably you're going to see him take a step forward this year, and they're looking forward to that. And what that looks like in terms of, does he have a role in the offense? They kind of dabbled with that and then got away from it early in the year. Could he push for the number 2 job? We'll have to wait and see. Again, I think right now Drew Lock is one of the better backups in the whole NFL when you look at his talent, his veteran presence, and then his pretty significant starting experience as well.
Torrey Horton was really intriguing in his rookie season, but just kept dealing with injuries, and then that shin issue caused him to miss not just the rest of the season, but also a good chunk of time afterward. He wasn't on the PUP list, or as far as I saw, on any kind of list entering training camp that would mean he misses time. So, Boyle, does this mean that A, he'll be out there, and B, did we see much of him during OTAs and stuff? Is this going to be the first time seeing him kind of full go? Can you catch us up where he is?
Yeah, so on-field wise, we didn't see him doing stuff during the off-season program. He was there. You'd occasionally see him, doing work on the side with trainers, but he wasn't, part of the team activities. But you're right, he's not on that initial PUP list we got. So, to my knowledge, that would indicate he's ready to go. Does that mean he does everything from day one? Probably not. He is behind everybody in terms of his workload, so I'm sure they'll ease him into it. But yeah, it's encouraging because, to me, if there's any doubt a guy coming off an injury might not be ready week 1, then you usually start him on the PUP list just to preserve that potential roster spot should you need it when the roster cuts come. So them, leaving him off that would pretty strongly indicate they see him ready to go, or close to it at least.
Mm-hmm. Nick Emenwari, obviously on the PUP list as well. I see it as an opportunity for someone else to kind of get an opportunity to show what they can do. And really, Boyle, I had an idea. I'm like, what if they slide Julian Neal in that spot and see what he can do? A little smaller than Nick Emenwari, but plays with that same type of intensity. At least that's what I saw when he was in college at Arkansas State, or Arkansas, excuse me. What do you think they do? Who gets more opportunity there?
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't know if you want to put that on a rookie unless that's really what would be his full-time role. And to me, Neal's got a real shot to compete for that third corner job with Reek Woolen leaving. So I think maybe he starts off there. D'Anthony Bell is a guy that kind of played a similar role when Eamon Warrior was hurt early last season. He could be an option there. Bud Clark's, different player, but he's a guy that can do a lot of different things. So, not relative to this injury because it was before that we knew what was going on with Eamon Warrior. But I want to say June or this past June with mini camp, Mike McDonald talked about, he was asked about secondary, and he made the point the players dictate how we do it. So if Eamon Warrior, whatever time he does miss in camp, I don't think they necessarily look at it as who's going to play the Eamon Warrior role. It's okay, how do we sort of best maximize the talents of the guys out here? So we'll see what they do with it, but also, it sounds like they're expecting him fully back for week 1 anyway, so I don't think you need to worry about making too many tweaks.
Slightly different look this training camp with Hard Knocks cameras out there from HBO. Now, I will be trying desperately to get on camera. I told Bump that my plan is to maybe pass out at practice, start a fight. I don't know. I'm going to be working on it. We've also, though, talked about more important things like who might be a breakout star, who's going to be a big personality. Spoon was kind of a pick for both of us, not as a breakout star. The league knows who he is, but he's just, as you know, Boyle, so talkative. It feels hard to imagine that he's not kind of a star of the camera. But you are around this team, you are around these guys, and so you see many sides to them that we don't. Is there someone else that feels like they have real potential to kind of take the absolute spotlight for Hard Knocks?
I mean, yeah, in that there's a couple big personalities in the defensive backs room, like you said, Spoon, and then Bud Clark. I think Bud Clark's going to be, I think a great player, but I could see he'd be an absolute star of Hard Knocks if the camera's on him a lot. He's just got such personality. He's really funny. A guy we just talked about was Kenny McIntosh. He's been out of the spotlight because he's been hurt, but he's the kind of guy that could really be fun in a sense like this. Gray Zabel, really good sense of humor and obviously a great player. I could see him being good. And I feel like the tight end room is always kind of goofy and fun. So any of those guys as well. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Like we know a lot of these guys, but not all of them have been in that national spotlight. It'll be fun to see some of them sort of get discovered, so to speak.
Well, has anything changed with you and how you do things now that Hard Knocks is there?
Other than just trying to avoid some cameras, walking into the building today, there's cameras filming player arrivals. I'm like, I don't need to be in this. Not that they have any interest in filming me, but I'm just trying to avoid that. But yeah, nothing really changes for us too much.
Can't relate. I can't relate to that feeling, Boyle. I'm so sorry.
I'll carry around a Stacy, one of those big heads that blocks my whole face. So they'll just see you when I walk around.
I would appreciate it. I wanted to get to a more traditional training camp type question with this one, and it's where we're going to see one of the toughest battles in camp. I think when you're a Super Bowl team, most things are kind of set, right? You didn't get to a Super Bowl by having a ton of roster question marks. That being said, where is 1 or 2 position battles that you'll be eyeing?
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about running back. That's maybe the most obvious one because Ken Walker's gone, and again, Charbonnet probably won't be ready week 1, so that's your top 2 backs from last year. The secondary, really curious to see how that kind of plays out with, you lose a starting safety in Kobe Bryant. Ty Okada would be the front runner there given what he did last year, but I think Bud Clark's got a real opportunity to contribute. And then, is there a third corner that's stepping up, or do they lean more on safeties and you don't use a third corner as much? So sort of not just who emerges in that cornerback room, but then sort of what is their role versus, do you find ways to get another safety on the field with Okada and Bud Clark? So just sort of how that whole secondary shakes out is really interesting to me.
Is there a name that you think people will know when this whole thing is over that isn't being talked about now?
I mean, depends on what people you're talking about. Locally, I think you'd probably look at maybe some rookies emerging, but from a national perspective, I look at a guy like maybe AJ Barner. I mean, he's, I think, already emerging as one of the better young tight ends in the NFL, and I think, he's the kind of guy that could be really fun on a show like Hard Knocks, but then more importantly, I think he's, got a chance to really emerge as truly one of the one of the best young tight ends in this league.
Speaking of AJ Barner, let's turn to that tight end room. Nick Vannett officially back with the Seahawks. He was in for not a tryout, is it? A workout the other day. A familiar name here in Seattle. Does this speak to maybe some depth or injuries in the room? I know Barner was dealing with some stuff. Is this just adding back someone they know? What's going on here?
Yeah, obviously the personnel department's going to be familiar with Nick Vannett. He was here for 3+ seasons, third-round pick in 2016. But, yeah, I think, you're just looking at adding depth for training camp where, Barner, as you said, is coming off. He had I think he said he had 2 different surgeries in the offseason and not sure, again, he's not on the pup list, but not sure if he's going to be full go right away. And, they've got some guys they really like, but they don't, numbers-wise, they're not super deep there. So I think it's just another guy that, can come in and compete. He's a good blocker, a physical guy. And, again, he's a known commodity to these, at least the personnel side. The coaching staff doesn't really have a relationship with him, but guys who drafted him do.
Tell me about Bo Stevens. Have you had a chance to talk to him much?
A little bit, not a lot. Very, very offensive lineman personality, and that he seems all business and not necessarily too interested in being in the spotlight. But seems like a really good kid from the little bit I've talked to him, and definitely an exciting player. I mean, we've talked about this during the draft. Like the Seahawks don't trade up that often, but when they do, John Schneider tends to be right. Like some of the best picks they've made, they've been guys they've traded up to get, and they jumped up to get Bo Stevens. So to me, that tells me, I know some fans wonder if he can come in and potentially compete right away for a starting job. I don't know that that's necessarily the case, but he's a guy I think that could have a very bright future and be in the mix at some point there.
Yeah, Nick Emanwari, Tyler Lockett, a bunch of guys on that list.
Cam Chancellor was on that list as well.
Wanted to look at Brian Fleury. Bump and I got to interview him when he was first hired, and just kind of like we did like a brief general overview. Yeah, tell us about yourself and kind of your background. But I obviously haven't been able to like watch him get a ton of work in with the guys at OTAs or anything. So what can you tell us now, several months into his time here, maybe what we've learned about him? And is this going to be just kind of like a Kubiak 2.0 type offense, given that they're from the same Shanahan system, or something else?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's going to have his own ideas. They're both their own people, and they probably have different things that they see out of football. But yeah, in terms of like bigger, broad picture, I think it's going to be very similar. I mean, Mike McDonald was asked about the new offense, and he kind of jokes, is like newish. Like it's not, it's not going to be brand new. Like last year was a major change going from Grubb to Kubiak. This will be, 2 guys in the Shanahan tree, 2 guys who have worked together. Very similar, approach to coaching. It seems like personality-wise, from what we've heard from players, there's a lot of similarity too, in terms of kind of that mild demeanor and all business, all football kind of guy. So, yeah, we'll have to wait probably till the regular season to really see what his own wrinkles he's going to put on it are. But I don't see, especially given the continuity roster-wise on offense, I don't see a ton of big changes in what they're doing.
Who do you think is going to have their best year? The guys who are no longer on this team out of Kobe, K9, Boye, and Reek.
I mean, I think K9's in a pretty good situation there where, you really good offense and really good play caller and great quarterback. And, he's going to be the guy there. I think, I don't think you can really criticize the way the Seahawks did things with running backs in terms of splitting the work between them. I think it's a big reason why K9 finished the year so well is that he was fresh. But at the same time, he probably would have liked more touches during the season and in the red zone, and I think he'll get that opportunity to really shine in Kansas City. And good for him. I mean, he was a great Seahawk, and I know fans sometimes hate seeing guys go, but I'm always like, you know what, he's in a great situation, and he made a whole bunch of money, and good for him. I'm wishing the best for him.
I know that the Seahawks are facing the Chiefs this year, but it is always easier to me when those guys go to the AFC and you go, best of luck.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they end up with like the 49ers or Rams, you're like,
yeah, this one's fine. This one, it's like, you know what? Good for you. Take off.
Yeah.
He is Seahawks.com's John Boyle. Thanks, Boyle.
Thank you.
Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, who's Cole Hudson, and why should college athletes follow his journey?
Cole Hudson was a lineman for the University of Texas. He went undrafted, went to minicamp with the Browns and the Cowboys. Never got paid, didn't have a signing bonus, got a per diem. You got to survive when you're in these camps. And now he's looking to get back into college because he's not getting any time, didn't get picked up. So there's a temporary restraining order to help him return to college. And the reason why college athletes should look at this is because if you're not drafted, don't take a signing bonus if you can afford it. Sometimes you need that money, get your money. But don't take a signing bonus and just see if you make the team. If you don't make the team, if this case goes through, he's able to go back to college. This should be the motto for all undrafted athletes. Don't take a signing bonus if you can't afford it, and have an opportunity to make the team. If you don't make the team, go back to school. I think this is I like this. I didn't like when the G League was trying to do it, or NBA players, because they were in the G League getting paid. Then they tried to go back to college. That's off. But here, you ain't even playing a game. Like, this is just practice. So follow them. Let's see what happens. If this goes through, this could be an avenue for the undrafted players.
Second down. What were you reminded of today?
And nothing's guaranteed, man. You got Diego Pavia, second in Heisman. He completed 70% of his passes, 3,539 yards, 29 touchdowns, 862 yards rushing, and 10 rushing touchdowns. And my man does not have a job right now.
That's crazy.
CFL, Ravens cut him. CFL has his rights. I think Winnipeg has his rights. And then the UFL, they're looking at him too. But that just tells you it doesn't always transfer. And he might get picked up, might get another opportunity, but it doesn't always transfer. I've seen guys with stats get to the league and do nothing and get cut. I've seen guys with no stats get to the league and ball out and have themselves a great year and a great career. Well, everything's different. It's case by case. But I saw that he got cut, and I said, man, he was second to Heisman. I'm looking at his stats and profile. Yes, he's undersized. I get all that too. That is not obviously doesn't help him.
5'8".
If he's listed at 5'8", he's 5'7".
No, he's listed at 5'10", which means he's 5'8".
No, he's not 5'10". He's not 5'10".
Not even close.
Yeah. So it's just weird to see how careers work out. I think the CFL would be great for Pavia. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks go there, get some reps, and they get another opportunity. So we'll see what happens. I just saw that he got cut, and it made me think that there's so many ways to get in and out of the NFL.
I'm just looking at some videos posted of him from practice. I'm not like grinding tape. I don't know how to do that. But I'm just thinking top of mind now that you're talking about it, and I'm just watching him. Like, there are guys that are kept on NFL rosters, and I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be there, but it's not like their stats wow you or jump off the page, but they make it based on intangibles. They're great guys to have in the locker room. They don't take attention away from a starter. They pick up a playbook, all of that stuff. What are the chances that someone like Diego, like, yeah, you were a superstar in college, but like it could be something like bad attitude, not great at picking up a playbook, some intangibles, because there are, on paper, less talented people who keep those jobs. But I think sometimes teams just don't. Unless you're the second coming of, I don't know, Tom Brady or John Elway. Like, there's just sometimes when talent like isn't worth it, and it's like, you aren't good enough to justify not also being a good teammate or smart or whatever it is. I'm not saying that that's his case. I'm just saying, like, how much does that stuff weigh? It
weighs. If you're not extremely talented, then all your other stuff has to be squeaky clean and on point. You know who's done a good job of hanging around and making a career out of this thing?
Who?
It's Jake Browning. Like, Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Been in the league for what, maybe 7-8 years now?
Hanging out.
And just hanging out, collecting some paper, but he's also a really good dude.
And that's the thing, too, is people will hate on that kind of guy, and they'll be like, well, it's like, well, first of all, every team's going to need backups. Yeah. Like, every team is going to need a second and a third string quarterback, someone for the practice squad, whatever. You're not going to be blown away by his stats, but the entire idea is that guy never enters a game. Secondly, those guys stick around when they're good teammates.
Yeah.
And when players feel like they're not going to create drama for guys that have all the pressure in the world on their shoulders.
If you ever met Jake Browning, he fits the description of what you just described. Good
interesting. Third down. What will people learn about the Seahawks watching Hard Knocks?
They really get an inside of the culture and what John Schneider and Mike McDonald have built and still building. It never stops. I think Mike McDonald does a great job of staying hungry and keeping that chip on the shoulder. I think, and this is with all great teams, you all have good culture. Winning championship teams do not have bad culture. It just doesn't mix. But these guys understand when to work, when to play, and how to take advantage of practices. Every practice I've seen, practices are a lot easier now than when they were when I was playing. We were padded up and hitting all that stuff. And the CBA took care of that. They don't do it anymore. You're not in the building as long as we were, but they maximize all the time that they have. When it's time to go on the football field, they are going, they are flying around, they are efficient. And if they're not, Mike McDonald will stop it and call them out. It's just, everything seems like it's tight and there's a reason. And then people get to see all these big personalities that we have on this team. It's a lot. And I'm excited for people to see it. And I'm excited to see how HBU produces it. Like, what do they see? Who do they like?
HBO.
I say HBU? Okay.
Historically Black
University.
On
my mind.
Always.
But yeah, and how do they see the Seahawks?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun to see that.
Fourth down. A question you just asked Boyle: which former Seahawk will have the best year with his new team?
I'm going with Kobe Bryant. I think K9 is a good pick. I think that's probably the obvious pick because he's a running back, hand the football off his go. But I think Kobe Bryant plays his best when he's appreciated. And he just got paid, so he feels appreciated. And they went and got him. They sought after him, you know? And when you are sought after and you feel like you're going to play an important role on the team, you can step your game up. I think that there's another place that Kobe can go. And I'm excited to see what he does over there. So I will be following the Chicago Bears to check in. Actually, we'll see him this year, won't we? Won't they play him this year?
Who's going to struggle the most? Do they? I don't know.
Yeah, they play on a Monday
The Bears,
night.
thank you.
There you go. All
Right. That's what we thought was going to be week 1.
Yeah.
But then
Do they play the NFC North, or is it just the Bears are part of the schedule?
Just the Bears.
Just the Bears. I know AFC West and NFC East. Thank you. Interesting. Who do you think is going to have the toughest time?
With the new team?
Yeah, not in a way where it's like I'm hating on him, but like that's a big change.
I just worry about Reek, man. I worry about Reek because he listens. He's on the internet. He reads the internet, guys.
Yeah.
He's all over that thing. So I just worry about Reek, man. Just be mentally tough and go do your thing.
Speaking of reading the internet, the 425 text, and I'm reading it now. They said, please don't embarrass us on Hard Knocks, Stacy. I'm not going to embarrass anyone on Hard Knocks. Why didn't you guys back me up just now? Why was it really quiet after I said that?
No, because I know you won't, but secretly.
I don't think you know I won't.
Secretly, kind of.
I'm not sensing confidence from the
If the camera's
three of you.
on you, I think you'll keep it together. But as soon as it pans away, you're like, oh my God, Bob, we're going to be at Hard Knocks. You're gonna lose it.
I'm not.
We're going to be able to tell if a Hard Knocks camera is nearby if you switch into reporter voice.
I don't switch into reporter voice.
We're here at the VMAC, Virginia Mason Athletic Center today.
What's
I'm
sticking with
Stacey
us?
Ross.
She's not going to call me Bob. She's going to call me Michael. Michael,
what did you see? Get your questions in for what I need to know. All of a sudden, I'm like projecting. 866-979-3776. That's coming your way at 45 after. What's sticking with us coming up next?
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob.
Cole Young, he just comes up clutch.
Afternoons 2 to 7.
Game's on the line. Say you're tied, 2 outs. Who do you want up at the plate right now? At this very moment after 100 games, who do you trust the most up there? For a young guy in his first full season, he's had some big moments already.
Cole Young's only 22, so it's really exciting for the future.
And by the way, the only player on this roster to play every single game.
Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
It's summertime and the living is easy. If you're like me, you're spending nights on the patio listening to the game and enjoying what makes our area so beautiful. Dave Wyman here, and I have just the offer for you to get the most out of your outdoor living space. $500 off each window, $750 off patio and entry doors, and $200 off the final project. I've loved working with Harley Exteriors. They're a local company right here in Bothell, down-to-earth people who enjoy the same things we all do, rooting on our local teams and doing the best job we possibly can day in and day out. Use Harley Exteriors to complete your home space and receive 12 or 18-month promotional financing.
Qualified buyers only. Subject to credit approval and lender terms. Minimum purchase of 4 qualifying windows required. Windows must be 36 by 36 inches or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to approved credit. Offers cannot be combined with other promotions. Offer expires July 31st, 2026.
Go to HarleyExteriors.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We know this, Shannon. When the weather warms, our baseball team's bats usually get a little hotter. We also know that maybe we've been sitting around and we try to crank things to 100 and our bodies don't quite react. As the weather gets warmer, do you see more folks at IRG?
Absolutely, Brock. You just mentioned it. As the weather warms up, people think they need to get outside, which is great. But sometimes they get outside, they start too fast, too quick, and they don't warm up. They don't stretch. They don't do preparation. If you find yourself in that situation where maybe you overdid it, you're hurt, you got a bruise, a bump, an ache, get a hold of us at IRG PT. We'll do a free injury screening, and we'll give you some guidance, some recommendations to keep you on your path of healthy function pain-free activity.
How cool is that? A free screening for you and no referral needed. Just personalized care when and where you need it. Visit irgpt.com and schedule your appointment today. Over 40 convenient locations. IRG's in your neighborhood. irgpt.com.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
D.R. Horton's National Red Tag Sales Event is going on now through August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Cool cars, cool people, good times. It's the Good Guys 38th Griot's Garage Pacific Northwest Nationals, a giant car show featuring over 3,000 of the Northwest's finest hot rods, muscle cars, classic trucks, and more. Enjoy live music, a free family fun zone featuring the Auto World model car make and take, and earth-shaking Nitro Thunderfest and more. Happening all this weekend at the Washington State Fair Event Center in Puyallup. Details at good-guys.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Thinking about a new roof or exterior upgrade, but worried about the cost? This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We've created our summertime savings event to make it simple and affordable. Save up to $3,000 off your exterior project or get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. And every qualifying GAF roof is backed by our lifetime Golden Pledge warranty. One call gets you started. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
The idea of push-starting a boat just doesn't seem right to us here at Pacific Power Batteries. A marine battery should just plain work, every time. Let us help you with selecting the right type of marine battery. Deep cycle, starting battery, AGM, or even lithium battery. You can start with our helpful hints on our website or just stop by and talk with us. Don't worry, you don't need to be a Marine to buy a battery from us. Get it? Marine batteries? Pacific Power Batteries. Come into a business with a soul.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know. Coming your way in 15 minutes, 866-979-3776. Any question, text it now. Going over the cuts, the interviews, the moments that are sticking with us from a week of shows, a week of interviews, and that includes not just our own interviews, but some moments with other shows and from other podcasts. For instance, this one was Ken Rosenthal on Foul Territory talking about Emerson Hancock maybe being made available at the trade deadline.
With Castillo, it's a little difficult to trade him. He's got big money next year. He's got a vesting option the year after that. And for that reason, the Mariners have at least been listening on Emerson Hancock, who has had a breakout campaign. He's been really good, and he's effectively their 6th starter, with 2 kids at AA waiting to come up, and another guy, Logan Evans, who will be back next year from Tommy John surgery. unlike virtually every other team, they have depth at the starting rotation spot. And you can say the Dodgers have depth, yeah, but Blake Snell and Glasnow are on the IL, so it's not the same kind of thing. The Mariners are in a great spot here, and they need a right-handed bat. Could Emerson Hancock bring a controllable right-handed bat? I would think that would be the case.
No,
yes.
I don't know who that bat would be, Bump, but your offense certainly needs help. You're 30th in average, 29th in slugging percentage. Over the last month, you're also near the bottom of the league in home runs. That was the one thing where when you look at it for the whole year, they're 14th, but it's even worse when you just isolate it for a day, for a month. Now, would you feel comfortable moving on from Emerson?
Oh, man, I think you do what you got to do sometimes. I think he's young, cheap. You can control him for a while, but the window is now. The Mariners cannot afford to take their time and hope and find out. I think you have to be aggressive, and this might be their most aggressive play. Obviously, teams don't want Castillo. Is a bit older, more expensive. Yeah, this will have to be the move. I would hate to see him go, but it's for what's best for the organization. And if you can get a bat out there, a controllable bat, I think you do it.
Can I also say something? Every time you say hate to see him go, I always think of people going, but love to watch him leave.
Yeah. And then I think I keep her going back and forth. Soccer team, Lil Wayne.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that too. I thought that too. I thought it too. So, let's see. I have one more Mariners cut here. This one was Jake Peavy. He was on with you guys, Curtis, Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. He was talking about, I'm guessing, still a trade deadline. This is a Mason Miller conversation, I'm going to say. Maybe trading for Mason Miller?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the latest on that.
I'll tell you this. There's conversations already been had. You're a general manager up there and my general manager in San Diego. I don't know any more who likes to transact in the game. And so, yeah, conversations have been out there for needs. The Padres are in a weird situation, lose again today already in Atlanta to drop 3 or 4 there. They're on the brink of having to make a decision. Do you unload Morejon, Michael King, who's free agents, but then Mason Miller, obviously is the big name and the big carrot and fish on the market. So, yes, there's certainly conversations already have to had. I can tell you this, when it's Mason Miller and Morejon and Michael King's name, you're talking to every team in the league because they also think they're a fit for any of those 3 names.
Now, Bump, what if instead of making the offense okay, you focus on making your pitching and your bullpen elite?
Oh, man.
Tempting.
It's hard because the offense has been not okay.
Not okay.
And the bullpen has been stretched thin this year as well. But I think that you're going to need some pop. Like you got to find something to get this offense going. Once you get into the playoffs, if you get in the playoffs, knock on wood, you're only going to use 3 pitchers. The bullpen will be not as stretched as they've been at times. So I'm all for offense right now because I think that if everyone's healthy and rested, I think the rotation in the bullpen is enough right now. But the way the offense is going, it just ain't enough.
Tell me if you guys agree with this. Curtis, you too. Someone texted in going, for as bad and atrocious as the offensive numbers have been for Seattle, I feel like just statistically you would think it would start to veer back towards serviceable. You believe that?
You would think. I mean,
it
can't get no worse.
Think it's a fair
it can't get worse, but
fair take.
It's been bad.
There's a glass half empty approach in which you just go, it's just not their year. The offense is bad. Nothing's getting fixed. I've seen enough. That's fine. I think there's also a very fair baseball argument. Like, I don't think it's a bad or homer take to say, God, sometimes it's so bad that you feel like there would be a regression to the mean positively.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean Cal's hitting a bunch of home runs. It just means that you're, like, not 30th in average.
Right. And, I mean, the season is so long in baseball compared to every other sport where because of the length of the season and just math, it would allow for guys to get back to their regular numbers. And also this time of year, I mean, this is when the Mariners bats tend to heat up, but it feels like we've been saying that now for about 2 months since the start of June, and it just hasn't happened. But, I mean, there is always that hope, and I guess that's kind of what keeps you going this time of year.
You sound really sad right now.
I do. I do, Bump.
I had to turn and look at my dude like, you good?
Because I thought they would be 10 games up at this point in the season. I really
did too. I mean, again, like it's a heartbreaking existence I think this team has given so many people, and part of the heartbreak is that they have had stars and moments and opportunities, and it's just not gone their way. And what's so weird about this year, it's like a new interesting flavor of failing. And you don't have to fail, but like it's one thing to be so good, but the other team's just a little bit better or get lucky. It's another thing to be bad and everyone around you is bad, but you were just worse. Like, that feels more frustrating to me. It feels more frustrating to watch this version of the Mariners not run away with the division where, and I can't stress this enough, we were just talking with someone who covers the Rangers, Evan Grant, and he said, quote, "This team has no identity."
Yeah.
He was not, he sounded like he hated covering baseball.
Yeah.
He did not like covering
What do they do over there, huh?
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. They show up. they put their uniform on.
Evan, are you okay?
So we feel you, Evan.
Jumping to the Seahawks here, Mike Golick Jr. talking about the renewed confidence that Sam Darnold can have now.
Sam Darnold could walk into the season with renewed confidence, right? He went through such a metamorphosis in Minnesota before he got to Seattle, but then to get to the postseason and play the clean brand of football that he was able to do for them after maybe some doubt crept in the back half of last season, I think should go a long way.
Do you think Sam Darnold sees himself differently or feels any differently coming into this season compared to last, where he still won 14 regular season games with Minnesota?
If you won a championship,
that's a different kind of swag.
Different swag.
Swag.
He's walking in. I'm a Super Bowl champion.
You can't tell me anything.
Quarterback. Josh ain't done that. Lamar ain't done that.
Nope.
Dak ain't done that.
Nope.
I mean, I hope so. If he doesn't show it, I hope he feels it inside because he's earned that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he should have even more confidence this year.
And he's friends with Josh Allen, too. I'd be talking so much trash.
So much trash.
I'd be like, I just pray you can experience what I have.
Well, MVP, individual, huh?
Yeah.
Individual. I'm about
MVP,
the team.
oh, for like the regular season? Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm just going to imagine constantly Sam picking up the phone with the Super Bowl ring. Just say, so. No, I agree with you, and I think Mike Golick's absolutely right that this is a Sam Darnold that is going to have confidence he's never had before.
Yeah.
Like, we thought turning it around with Minnesota was great. You're right. This is different.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stick with the latest from Mike Golick Jr. He's talking about the Seahawks offensive line.
That continuity, especially when it's with a group that performs well. Sometimes returning production isn't all it's cracked up to be when you don't have the horses to run. But with Seattle, with a group that I think performed really well last year, provided they're all healthy, I think that continuity for them, for an offensive line coach, goes a long way in just how you solve problems on game day and then how you can go about taking those and transposing them on other things that come up along the way.
You have been really high on the offensive line, talking about how important that continuity is, and you're also really intrigued by some new names, including Bo Stevens competing with Bradford.
Put some pressure. Apply pressure, man. Pressure is good. And can't wait to see what Bo looks like.
All right, get your questions in for What I Need to Know. Wrapping up the show on a Friday by answering any question, sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. Text it now, 866-979-3776. That's next.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1.
Right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field tomorrow when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
And nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of the Super Bowl champs. Seattle Sports.
For those diagnosed with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, Northwest Ketamine Clinics wants you to know there is hope. After only 3 weeks of treatment, 86% of patients report a reduction in symptoms. For Melissa, treatment gave her confidence.
Before I found Northwest Ketamine Clinics, I was hopeless. I have done individual therapy on and off since I was 16. When I called Northwest Ketamine Clinics, it was immediately like, this is what we do, this is why it's safe. 2 months after I started ketamine, I just got a wild hair and was like, I'm going to do jujitsu. My other friends are just really glad that I found something that works.
Everyone's path to healing is different. Schedule a free consultation today to find out if ketamine therapy is right for you. They have immediate availability, so you can get started this week. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest's most experienced ketamine center. Book a free phone or video consult at nwketamineclinics.com. Healing starts here.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security,
With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Usually when something sounds way too good to be true, it is. Imagine someone says you can cut your mobile bill in half. Sounds like a fantasy, but with Xfinity Mobile, it's the real deal. Because when you have Xfinity Internet, you can cut your mobile bill in half, plus try Xfinity Mobile free for a year, no commitment. That's a lot of streaming, sharing, scrolling, and whatever else you can do with your phone. All for half the price and none of the commitment. That means you'll save big over Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Wild. Now all you have to do is think about how you'll spend all that extra money. Call 1-800-XFINITY, go to XfinityMobile.com, or visit your local Xfinity store to switch today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Savings compared to one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only after 12 months. Regular rates do apply. So make the call today. 1-800-XFINITY.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain. DayandNight.net. Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night. Now get $100 off any drain cleaning. DayandNight.net.
Do you need a new roof? Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and secure $500 off your project this summer. Our technicians build a custom plan to ensure a high-quality roof installation every time. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cash back. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Mariners and Rangers tonight in Texas. 5:05 first pitch, 4 o'clock pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bump Stacy.
weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in. Any question, sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Someone just said, when's the last time you had a Twinkie?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't think I have.
You remember when Hostess was going out of business and everyone was just buying up all the Hostess products?
Which was brilliant because I bet you anything they weren't going out of business, and they were like, let's tell people that we're leaving, and then based on just nostalgia for who we are, they're going to make our stocks absolutely skyrocket.
Yeah. Because I bought a whole bunch of Hostess stuff too.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's a really satisfying thing. Hostess, like all their other products, are so satisfying to bite into.
People call me weird. Growing up, I used to love the orange cupcakes.
Oh, oranges are very underrated
I like
flavors.
those.
Yeah.
Like, you just get the regular ones. I go, no, these are wow.
You know what I love, and this is not related. This is only related to orange. The orange chocolates for Christmas. When you smack them against the table. I could eat 6 of those. We were actually just talking during the break. Part of this is I'm hungry. We were talking during the break about good restaurants that are unfairly seen as overrated or like basic.
Chain restaurants.
Chain restaurants that people hate on just because they're chain restaurants. And it's like, but they're good. They're good restaurants. What's wrong with you?
Matt had the best one.
Yeah.
I think it's Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Yeah, that was a good one. Mine was Blazing Onion.
If you're hating on Red Robin, you're just a loser.
You're not American.
Well, and you're just one of those people that's like everything to you is a sellout, and it's like, okay, cool. You're so hip. You're so awesome. No one's like you. You win. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Oh gosh. Hang on, I've got too many going on here at once. Did you ever take senior photos in high school? Are you proud or embarrassed by them?
I look like a 25-year-old salesman. I look way older than what I am, and I look like I'm trying to sell you something. Like I'm knocking on your door, trying to sell you something.
Yeah. What I need to know. This one, I don't know that it's a question. I'm using it though because it's an interesting topic. Dealing away one of our starting pitchers at the deadline feels more like selling and not buying. Aren't we tired of excuses for a subpar offense? Another bat isn't going to magically fix the rest of the team. Or is Brendan Donovan not really going to make a comeback this season?
Imagine him making a comeback and getting a bat. I mean, that's what's been hurting. No, I don't feel like it's selling. No.
I could see the argument. I just don't feel the same way. Because you're getting rid of you're getting rid of something that leaves you hurting a little bit to try to make yourself better instead of being like, there's just no other thing you can do. You can't how about we just pay you for this guy instead? So I don't know. I don't really see it that way. I get it though. 866-979-3776. What was harder for Washington sports fans? Losing Super Bowl 49 or the Sonics leaving in 2008?
Sonics.
Yeah.
For sure.
Losing a team versus losing a game. And I'm just
saying. Why you say it like that?
Because it's what it is. It's true. And you know what? Then the Seahawks, I get it. It's a devastating loss. And there are people listening that would go, well, I didn't care about the Sonics. I don't care about the NBA. So the answer is Super Bowl 49. But then you won a Super Bowl.
And then, you've got 2 now.
I don't know.
Haven't gotten that team back.
Yeah, you haven't gotten the Sonics back. It's looking promising for whatever's going to happen here, but it's just such an annoying game to play where you're parsing through every statement or quote from Adam Silver trying to see what it means. And it's so deeply frustrating, and it's been years and years and years of that. Yeah, definitely losing the Sonics. Who's your celebrity crush? Who's an ultimate celebrity crush?
Ultimate is J-Lo all day. J-Lo, yeah. Jenny from the block.
Jessica Alba had a lot of when I was growing up, Jessica Alba was
Scarlett
the peak
Johansson
ultimate.
Too.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, everyone loved. Yeah.
Who's yours? I don't have one. I'm Stacy.
I don't sound like one. That. No,
I'm so mature.
Well, when I was really little, like a child,
it was
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And I like Low Bow Wow.
Low Bow Wow.
Did you love his performance in Like Mike?
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in elementary school.
I did not expect that one.
And then, of course, the Backstreet Boys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Curtis, who was yours?
As a kid?
Yeah.
The Pink Power Ranger.
Was it Kim?
Costume
I
honor.
think that's Amy Jo Johnson is her name. Yeah.
Kimberly.
I will say, and we've talked about this before, Tiffany Amber Thiessen was walking around our building probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Took me back.
Can I just say something about celebrities? They're not normal person beautiful. Like
No,
when
they're
you
not.
see them in real life, you're like, that's not.
They glow.
That's not like a you're a 10 at
float,
QFC.
yeah.
That's like a this person looks like a fake person.
Mm-hmm.
They're so gorgeous. 866-979-3776.
You have to do that thing where you take your glasses off and then rub your eyes just to see. Is that who it is?
This magic moment.
What do you think you'd even say if J-Lo talked to you? Like, what if she was like, "Hi, Bump. I'm Jennifer. What's your name?"
Like, what's up, Jennifer? How are you?
No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
You would
I
panic.
would.
No, you
What?
wouldn't. No, you'd fall apart.
It'd be like that girl in Idaho that you met that one time.
That's exactly what would happen.
Gave her the drink?
I was a kid.
But if it was J-Lo, if it was Jennifer Lopez.
I'm shooting my shot.
No, you're
I'm
not.
shooting.
You're doing exactly what you did
No,
at that
I'm
bar.
not.
You're going to buy her a drink. She's
Listen,
going to go, thanks.
Your boy,
and then you're going to turn and walk
is 40
away.
years old now, okay? Ain't no fear in his heart no more.
Oh, God. What I need to know. Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she's a big one.
Yeah, definitely. Tyra Banks.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, Tyra Banks. She is so pretty, but she is gorgeous. Why do you think Devin Witherspoon still hasn't signed a new contract?
I don't know. Waiting game. They'll get it done, though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's going to happen.
He reported there was a photo that Brady Henderson posted of Devin Witherspoon being there. TBD if he practices. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he didn't, nor would I think anything of it. What?
Christian from 206. Have you seen Hillary Duff lately?
Yo!
She just performed at White River Amphitheater about a week ago.
Listen, Hillary Duff, I was not familiar with her game.
She was cool back in the day. She is bad now.
She looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I hate doing that thing when people are like, oh, for 38. But I do think that that's important context when you're talking about someone being like super in shape or like you've had multiple kids. She looks unreal.
Mm-hmm.
She's so beautiful. You know what? This whole show, this is for Hillary. Wyman and Bob coming up next.
Go slow, take your time, be yourself.
Sam Darnold likes birds, but does he like the new Seahawks here at VMAC?
Those funky sticks.
We've got boots on the ground, ears to the street, and our eyes are open.
Jeff Passan, every Tuesday morning at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
The problem that I'm seeing right now, Brock, is the absolute mediocrity of the American League has a chance to completely upend our expectations of what a trade deadline looks like. That because the standings are so flat in the American League, this could be a molasses slow deadline.
Get more on the Seattle Sports YouTube page and the Seattle Sports app.
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Our summertime savings event means 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, backed by our unbeatable warranties. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. It's summertime and the living is easy. If you're like me, you're spending nights on the patio listening to the game and enjoying what makes our area so beautiful. Dave Wyman here, and I have just the offer for you to get the most out of your outdoor living space. $500 off each window, $750 off patio and entry doors, and $200 off the final project. I've loved working with Harley Exteriors. They're a local company right here in Bothell, down-to-earth people who enjoyed the same things we all do, rooting on our local teams and doing the best job we possibly can day in and day out. Use Harley Exteriors to complete your home space and receive 12 or 18-month promotional financing.
Qualified buyers only. Subject to credit approval and lender terms. Minimum purchase of 4 qualifying windows required. Windows must be 36 by 36 inches or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to approved credit. Offers cannot be combined with other promotions. Offer expires July 31st, 2026.
Go to HarleyExteriors.com.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like head administrator for a state-of-the-art surgical center.
What can I do for you, Doc? We need to talk about the lights. Ah, the mood lighting, relaxing, right? Much better than those old hospital vibes. A hospital's supposed to have hospital vibes. You seem tense. Let's dim the lights a bit.
This is the time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends July 31st. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.